The stream's working.
1, 2, 3 test. 1, 2, 3 test.
Alright, it's on. That's good.
That is good.
Let's share the stream link into league content.
Oh, hey. Didn't see you there. Welcome to the ODL Bronze Tier Draft Analysis. We're glad to have you.
There's a way we have to do this.
What?
Hey, it's me, Goku.
Not that way.
What?
Oh, that was loud. That was loud.
Get him out. I hate
Alright.
Goku as well.
Cans at the ready.
Alright.
Draft
of
breaks.
course.
You know what? Yeah, breaks
them.
works.
Make sure it actually picks up on the mic, because it might just eat it.
Three.
Yeah, so I'm quick. No, don't do 3, 2, 1. I need to get it. I can't get my nail underneath the can, like, thing.
Oh
so
my god.
I have to pull it up a bit.
Amateur.
Oh, give him a hand.
Alright, there we go. Alright. Fuck, I still can't get it.
This guy's
We
ass.
have
good.
technology.
What, a bottle opener?
Can you hear that?
Oh, that
Oh,
was
let the
satisfying.
big dog out.
Whoa.
This is
Child.
what high quality mics could get you. I hope in the VOD people watch this specific bit. Folks, welcome. ODL Bronze Tier Draft Analysis. It's
Right,
time. We've all got our...
Is the lineup different? We lost Muse.
Yeah, we
We
lost...
gained.
That's fine. We lost
gained
Muse
me.
halfway through the other one.
We gained Jester and you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had to tap in after the scene the past two. I saw the opinions and tier lists that came out of the last two streams, and I had to make sure that couldn't happen
So
again.
they got worse, you're right.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
So I am joined by Gold Tiers, the Power Rangers, and Wicket, the singular Goat Ranger,
Mm-hmm.
DDL Zone, and of course Bronze, me, Jester, and Moody.
No silver representation.
No silver representation. We actually killed her. We got her.
Yeah, now that
Her draft
Now that
was
Muse
so
got
bad we
sent
had
to
to
the hell
murder
realm.
her.
and you got the out of region and me and Kieran.
Yeah.
Out of region performers.
But then
Mm-hmm.
Kieran has
Respect.
been the biggest help on this by being a reasonable voice of reason, as opposed to
I
Kieran
have-
actually knows what's
saying-
going on.
Is that so? Is that the case?
That's incredibly
one
true.
Of, one of the two voices of reason. The rest of us just be
first
saying
of all-
shit.
First of all, I don't know that I'm actually a voice of reason. I have my own extreme biases or whatever. They're just different.
Yeah.
I was going to suggest that I don't think I've ever heard Kieran be a voice of reason literally at any point in the time I've known him.
That's wild. That is
That's
crazy.
fucked up.
Well, to not get people to disagree with our
See,
opinion.
you're all saying that. Kieran notably isn't disagreeing.
Mhm.
Kieran notably silent.
They're
just-
just
I'm
back
just-
and observe, man.
I'm just thinking about it. I'm deciding what like. I'm weighing it up before I speak on it because
not
I'm
even
a
agreeing
voice of
neither.
reason and I
You've
like
got-
to really give informed opinions about things.
We've got the next 2 or 3 hours to think about it. Because we're
Wild.
gonna start like now, instead of
Alright.
holding us up for the next 2 years. First is B. Washington Waiters,
We got the Washington
the
Waiters.
worst speed tiers ever.
Waiter.
I don't think I've ever seen a draft with no moms above 100. This is incredible.
This is actually I saw Bommy's low tier draft, but that's low tier.
He had a couple of 100s.
This has
No,
This
this
has
is
nothing
the
going.
slowest draft ever with no trick room.
Twice
Yeah.
was a speed demon here.
Sable. I not get it. It doesn't, right?
I don't think it does. No, it doesn't get it.
No.
Trickster also
Logix
wouldn't
is
help it.
slightly
That's
fake
hysterical.
because we know what Logix does. We know what this
Yeah.
evil guy does. But other than that, yeah, no, it's we are moving at speeds of brown. Never
First
before
of all,
seen.
I like the name and the logo. I
Yes.
gotta give it up.
Shout outs to
You have to-
CF Tony. Big up CF Tony. That's my guy.
Text
My
in the logo,
logos.
text in the builder. I like it.
We're
Now-
already off to a better start than
Now, what I
last
don't
time.
like though is I hate dedicated stall in fucking draft, and I don't think I'm the only one who
No.
who has his opinion.
No, I'm not looking forward to playing Moon.
You're not
no.
looking forward to playing it. I don't
don't
look
rate
forward
it.
to playing as it. I don't rate
Yeah.
the play
Yeah, we
style
could-
in draft.
We could saying it's
Yeah.
not good in draft, like it's bad as a playstyle in draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a format where people can have drafted, crazy big breakers, crazy crazy pieces or whatever, like in general have just created I hope a decent draft, and then they have to look at a stall team. It's much easier to try break stall when you know what can come and what you need to prepare for than it is like on ladder. Like in tournament, in ladder, your team needs to prepare for everything. Maybe you have one knockoff clicker on your team, maybe two.
You might decide you don't need ice coverage. Maybe ice is redundant in terms of like what you think you're hitting. So Gliscor can do more stuff.
On ladder, like stall can be quite effective because it realistically on most teams there's only 1 or 2 mons which can realistically quote unquote break stall. Obviously everything can hit it, but like dedicated stall breaker wise, you can tailor mons to break stall quite easily. You can bring knockoff, you can bring psychic noise, you can bring mixed attackers like that can't be walled by like a Blissey or something like that.
Or even more simply than that, you can bring 252 Adamant or 252 Modest
you could
every
bring,
mon. You're not trying to outspeed anything. What are you trying to outspeed exactly? Clefable? Shut the fuck up, dude.
So stall in general, but like, alright, let's view this. So I already view this a bit low, but as a stall team, Blissey's obviously a necessary part you have. Toxic something you have
as a stall team, it has a glaring weakness to setup because the only unaware is Clefable, which isn't that inherently bulky.
Yeah.
It does
I do
have
think
weakness to setup, but I'd argue as someone who has like constructed the team, this team has a lot of ways to deter setting up, and has some pretty decent phasing to prevent it.
I appreciate decent phasing. I appreciate things like haze and stuff. But I don't think that's a replacement for a Dondozo.
It's not a replacement for a Dondozo, I do agree with that.
Clef sadly
what would
is
you
like
have got
the one
over?
Clef is
Honestly,
the one unaware mon.
The more I've been playing
like,
this draft, the more I'm like, Blissey
Oh, I don't know
is
about that.
not the most helpful thing ever.
On the one hand, because it actually is like a matchup thing of, I suppose, because Blissey is one of the things that needs to be run on stall on ladder because you have to blanket check special threats. But this is one, I guess, advantage of playing stall in more of a draft format of you can tailor other mons to deal with those special threats. So it's actually not very often where you have a week where you desperately need Blissey specifically.
Yeah, I also think Blissey has an inherent weakness that a lot of other like potential tailored defensive checks might have, which is that Blissey is unbelievably weak to anything that can run mixed.
Anything that can run mixed, the access to Psyshock.
Another reason like stall isn't great in like this format, where you're not seeing a Latios running around OU with modest specs like Terra, Psychic, Psyshock. That's just not a thing in like ladder. But it is definitely a thing in draft, and like no matter how much you prep, you prep, like your Blissey just can't take that.
Now,
so the amount of sorry. I was gonna say the amount of it's like not only do you not actually need Blissey's sheer bulk to blanket check special threats as much because you can tailor your stuff for it more often, but also the amount of special threats you actually blanket check is a lot smaller than you might think.
Yeah.
Because
in
no small part because your team lacks an ability. Like Blissey would probably do better against just a more balanced draft because they have more of an ability to force those mons into running things that aren't, say, Terra, Psychic, Spec, Psyshot, Modest, because it can't afford to be running Modest into my team because I have 3 mons around the 100 speed tier.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a point on my draft that I'm coming to grips with at this point. It's the second week.
Yeah.
And I have been thinking Blissey's not really providing that much, but I still reckon it'll stick around until I do some like maths and how I can sort it out.
And there are still some things that only a Blissey can reasonably check.
Yeah.
If anyone else had a Golden Go except for you, there's really not much that is blanket checking Golden Go other than Blissey.
That's when it brings Trick because it knows it needs to stall break, and it brings Trick Scarf or something, and like it's just annoying.
That's when you're not ready for me to come back with my also Trick Blissey.
Speaking of gold and
Doesn't get it.
of Sableye, Gold Engo plus Sableye really do let me just keep the hazards on and keep them off.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
running
this
is-
some mock
Yeah.
games. I was running some mock games for you, and I was struggling so hard to click the rapid spin button. Mega Sableye alone does that very well. Never
Man,
mind.
just seeing
It's just a really good
Golden Goat
synergy.
in team preview already makes me want to shoot myself every time I have to press rapid spin. Seeing a Mega
Yeah.
Sableye 2, I'm genuinely on the brink of causing like a domestic terrorism incident. That's a joke.
Hmm.
That's a joke. By the way,
That's
that
a
is a joke. For anyone who is any government agents who are
CIA.
listening.
All the
Alright.
CIA
Yeah.
agents that love
He
to
means
watch.
He means it.
I have no association. I've been invited here on accident. In fact, I know none of these people.
He is the leader of the terrorist cell. If you
What?
believe anything I say, believe
I did
that
not know
bit.
he was going to say that.
That's true. No, that's true.
This
That
this
true.
is actually the elusive criminal Bane.
Like I did
This
Oh
is
say,
him.
shit!
with this team, it has all the weaknesses of a stall team that you'd expect, with the extra weakness of lack of unaware is very unfortunate.
Mhm.
I do
Yeah.
think the two Terra captains I have are Satan and
Oh yeah, no,
They're incredible
Volcanion
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
insane.
They're the things that take that give this some more spice than just being generic hardstall. Because you actually can't discount the possibility of Golden Goat Biden blasting you into another dimension one week with like modest Make It Rain, or Volcanion doing the exact same thing with Steam Eruption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
Plus-
there's also the mystery low kicks, which somebody questioned.
Also, there is a low kicks on this team. By
He's
the way.
hanging out.
You
he's our
fucking
best
love
friend.
you
Do
love
you
low
want to
kicks.
tell the story of low kicks in your like draft history with stall? Because I think it's important context for how it ended up here.
Low kicks was on. I was building a stall draft, my first time building stall because I was playing a ladder and liked it. So I built a stall draft, and it was kind of shit. It's kind of dog ass. So I was like, I could really use priority because a lot of the problems I'm occurring are like with the hoopers and the psychic types kind of blowing holes in me. What if I could just kill them? So I did a good hard look through ways to hit them, and I saw first impression, and I saw tinted lens low kicks and put it on the team. And it just works. It just stall gives it so many opportunities to come in and click chip and make progress. And even things don't resist low kicks. So when they come in, they're not just taking a low kicks knockoff, now they can't do it again. Because there's a layer of spikes, a layer of stealth rock, and probably a layer of T-spikes.
Yeah.
So it kind of loops back into being quite helpful towards stall.
It speeds up the clock significantly
This-
every
yeah,
time
this
it
is
comes in.
also in the fact of running true complete hardstall is just not a strategy that can ever actually win games.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Which
because
did
this
make
is
me
part
cry
of like
being
the-
told this. This did hurt me spiritually.
Yeah,
knowing
you
how
need
much
John
they
low
hate
kicks,
it.
or
How it is.
you need Volcanion to explode their heads.
I mean, that's part of the format woes where it's like, even beyond what's already been said about stall, the fact is as well, in a best of one format, sometimes if you are playing the game slowly and you are intent, you're not hitting them necessarily, things will happen that divert the path. Our destiny will shift. And shit just kind of happens.
Stall
that
is
is
hack
like, well,
magneting. You are hack magneting
when-
yourself.
yes.
we aren't playing
It is,
chess.
yeah.
In chess, there isn't like a play you can make in chess that makes it so there's a 30% chance the opponent's queen cannot move.
Yeah, the guiding hand of the market over you. And that is so much less of a problem in like best of 3 or like best of 5, whatever, something
Yeah.
like this. In best of 1, it is often almost a given that something's gonna happen. That probably, maybe shouldn't have happened, but it'll happen anyway.
Weak Moon has
Sorry, what do you mean something's going to happen? I don't understand the
Wait, yeah, what?
No,
that's
not week one.
no,
No.
misspoke.
Will happen.
Let's be clear. Something will happen, but on a cosmic scale, it will not matter. So nothing will happen.
Moon week
yeah,
one
week
already
one.
got flinched, already lost a major pivotal piece of his team on that one flinch chance. And
It's
that
not an exaggeration to say that flinch not happening probably, if not wins the game, massively swings the game into his favor as opposed to against him.
however,
Yeah.
Odds were
Because-
very much in my favor, and then the odds weren't in my favor from then on.
and in a
Yeah.
best of one format, not attacking your opponent and not being able to and moving seconds, so not being able to make use of these flinches, crits,
Crits.
stats,
Yeah.
and
Crits.
whatnot.
When you're
Yes.
going second and all these sorts of things.
Because I personally remember very warmly the last time I played chess, where I got my bishop to dragon dance 3 times and crit my opponent's rook.
And,
Well, I
and your,
also did this,
wait,
but
and your
I
bishop
was
like dodged an attack, right? Your bishop like
a play
dodged.
rough. That was fucking insane.
It was crazy when turn 1 my pawn clicked minimize. I didn't know it could do that.
Interesting.
This is how you get
this-
punched in the face during chess, by the way.
So this is
Yeah.
so this is it's like an alright stall team. It's obviously missing a big scary unaware mon. But it's not. It's also not stuck in hard stall. It has a gold angle. It has a volcanion. It has a low kicks.
It's a noble
It
effort.
has,
if you-
it
like-
has a
have to at
time
least
growth.
think
Something to not forget is time growth is sat there with like base 1, like 10.
It's like
Special.
100 attack, 110
Yeah.
special or
Have very
something.
real offensive stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about Mr. Tanker.
And of course,
The problem is it's very hard to invest in those
Thomas
stats to
Grove.
make use of them.
but there's definitely going to be one
They are
week where
there.
it can do it. And
You can even bring there could be like an SD Glide score 1 week.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
can have
mind
some
the
offensive
table.
stats
I'm
on
looking
it.
forward to seeing all your games because it's just you solving a big puzzle of how do I wall my opponent.
Which is what you want. That's why
Yeah.
he
Which
did
is yeah,
this.
which is what you like doing. I wouldn't
How
want
do
to
I
do
roll
it
my
myself.
questions some weeks. Spec Steam Eruption.
I like to solve my puzzles in the way where like once I've found the one like I don't know Moon gets the 1,000 piece puzzle and he has to like not only figure out where all the pieces go but he has to actually properly put them all in the right place without looking at the board. That's like how you solve stall in draft. I like to play the hyper offense version where I just need to find the one guy in the one spot to press the one
The
move
Joe Biden.
and then the
Yeah.
whole puzzle just clicks into place instantly.
Why don't you try and solve it, tough guy?
Yeah, I've got my
Why?
puzzle. My puzzle is just one piece, and I just got to rotate it into the right slot. It's cerebral in a different way, and the different way is it's not cerebral at all.
Kieran,
See,
you
whereas
rotate
Moon is doing
pieces
like
in
a
your head.
1,000 piece puzzle, you're doing a 3-piece puzzle.
Being
That's
at
it.
university, I have understood that I do have an addiction to stress, and this
Yes.
gives me that
Mm.
stress. It's like micro dosing on stress.
I love pain.
Yes, the
I
overall
think you're a broken
rating
man.
generally is Well, no, that much is true, but we've known this.
This is known. Yeah, this is known.
You don't do what he did to get good at Street Fighter without being a deeply
No.
disturbed
No,
man.
you don't. He's a freak. He's a certified freak, and he's not normal.
Yeah, but Moon, imagine the high you get when you successfully take your opponent to turn 200 and
And
you
that's what I'm
slowly see their
waiting
mons
for.
disappear.
I just want to. It's
It's
not
not-
seeing them disappear. It's seeing them fade out, like someone snapped them, and Tony Stark has to sit there watching Spider-Man fade like for 10 minutes instead of like one.
You know, my greatest regret is that in that one practice game I did for Wick the other day, I only got him to turn 96 instead of turn 100. I wanted a triple digit.
Let's.
So Moody, you're gonna be the
I
stenographer
didn't
again.
really
You're
care
gonna
that much
record the
at time,
scores.
but now
Yep,
I
yep,
regret it.
I got it. Don't you worry. I got it.
Bro.
Yeah, Moody's
Yeah.
tracking the minutes.
Okay.
This one is. Oh, okay. No, I was gonna start with the like rating and closing thoughts.
Yeah, I think that's important. All right.
Like
I was
it's.
say this. You know, we've talked about the funny stuff here, and you do actually have to think about this a few weeks. I mean, first of all, you do actually have to think about what on my team does actually want to break this.
It's going to be a stressful
Yeah.
team building process for the enemy.
Some of these teams,
Yeah.
I actually don't know if this is the case in Bronze. We've definitely seen some teams that might have the ability that might struggle to put up the immediate power to break a lot of these things.
Yeah, I'm thinking
However,
of perhaps the team
ultimately-
with the gimmick, the team that has decided to
wow.
perhaps only
We'll
draft
get-
one
We'll
time.
burn that bridge when we come to it.
it.
But ultimately, you know, like it's hard stall and draft. It can't be anything more than all right. And
Yeah. I think it's a 4. Like I knew what I was
Honestly,
getting into when
yeah.
I drafted this team.
I mean, yeah. Objectively, it's just not a good team.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give it a
mean-
provisional 4, like with a big asterisk of we'll come back to this when we see some of the other teams because we might
These are
need
the
more
teams.
room to go down.
Without the
Yeah,
context,
Might be the
these
greatest
are the teams.
matchup fish in human history.
Yeah,
Yes, this is true.
but yeah, we just there might be like more space below the iceberg that we need. We might need to lower the trench.
God,
Yeah.
but you know what?
Yeah.
There's
I
an
think there's
Aaron on
more
the team.
opportunity for people to play down to a level where they just lose to stall than there is for any other draft.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
Regardless
true.
of how bad it is. Some
Yeah.
people just
Oh
can't
my
do
god,
it.
wait, it's somebody's very first draft league
Yeah.
in Bronze that Moody played today.
Yeah.
Oh my, they have to play.
Yeah.
They have to play this at some point.
I hope they have to play Moon at some
Oh,
point.
you're gonna learn tonight.
If there
You're
was
gonna
any
day.
justice in the world, they would have played Moon first and quit draft leagues.
Saved themselves a lot of effort.
No,
and
it's funny
stress.
if they play like a lot of like hyper aggressive teams, and then for their last matchup, it's Moon taking them to turn 5,000.
Yeah.
But like,
In
oh
fact,
shit,
there
I
are
learned-
six.
Gotta learn the hard way, buddy.
I
Gotta
learned
learn the
so
hard
much.
way.
I've learned so much for the past 7 weeks. I can't wait to put it all into practice.
Balance the team with things like choice scarves to outspeed my opponent's the team of 6 choice scarf was running into the average 500 defense stat on Moon's team.
Oh, all right.
Let's,
Tentative 4. Go ahead.
Tentative 4.
Yeah,
Tentative
10-4. We punch it in.
We'll see.
Speaking of first,
They have a
draft
wait. This
league,
team
I think
also
this
has an
is-
arrow.
Is this their first
Hey,
draft? Is this
what?
the person whose
Ignore
first
the
draft
arrow,
league it is?
Ignore the
Today's
arrow.
draft.
Yes,
Ignore
it
the
is,
arrow.
actually.
Okay,
This is-
this does
Oh,
explain
yeah.
Terra Kingler.
This
Okay.
explains a lot
No,
about this draft.
no,
So
no.
Yeah.
before
This
Yeah.
explains
we get
the
into
Terra
this, I
Holucha
have
with nothing
real
else.
quick. My-
Okay, here we go.
For some reason, my screen of Moon has gotten really small, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
No, I'm the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has
I
gotten
can probably
quite
try and
small.
fix that. Has this improved it?
No.
No,
Yes.
there we
yes.
go.
Oh,
There we
yeah.
go.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
weird how Discord does streaming. I made it half the size so I could fit my my Twitch chat on the screen,
Hmm.
but it didn't work. So
Oh, I know what you mean.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
OBS
yeah,
I get
works.
it. I get it.
Yeah.
I see.
but it's sorry now. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So,
It's lit.
Snivy on the logo,
you
Snivy
know,
on the
it's
team.
same
Good shit.
play. So, I'd like to start off by saying, first of all, appreciate you being real and drafting the one that is on your logo. I also,
Yep.
draft
Yep.
leagues, I hope you enjoy your time here, etc., etc. The team's ass.
This is some this is some
This
hot
is
shit.
not the
I'm
best.
sorry.
We
Yeah.
have one
We have-
electric resistance, 0 immunities. If Moody
Can't do
wasn't
that.
just flamingly stupid, Reggielecki annihilated this draft.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I did calc as much, and then I played Victor doing prep for Riley for this league, and then I fucking my brain was just gone. He was just like
Yeah.
staring at me.
Yeah,
just, like,
blame
blankly.
Victor.
There's
I
no
see.
chance that this Darkrai could possibly be specs. I'm going hard Reggielecki.
Do you know what I think is
Let me scarf myself into Psychic so it can come in for free.
the
I'm
thing
telling you, my
the
brain
thing
was
that
somewhere.
upsets me the most about you throwing the Reggielecki is that like this is the kind of team that when you draft Reggielecki you secretly hope that someone is going to accidentally make, and you never get to the point in the league where you actually get to play it with Reggielecki. They've always
Never.
fixed it by the time that Reggielecki makes it to it. You got the dream that no one in draft has ever had before. You got to bring Reggielecki into a team with no immunities, and you fumbled it.
Yeah.
And now you've missed that
You brought
opportunity.
specs.
By the way, is what actually is also making me so angry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
So
I'm-
happy that
That's
they-
never
they're
happening
flaming
again
it.
to
We are not
anyone.
flaming-
Do this
I love
shit.
that we are not. I love that we are not flaming this team. We're flaming Moody for being a bum for a game.
no, I
he
get
won.
it. Look, I get it. I blame me too.
And we're
I blame
right.
me too.
The team has
we're right.
has one electric resist that is a Magnezone, and Magnezone's not a bad mon, but it's not a great mon either. You certainly don't want to bring it every week. So somebody brings Volt Switch, you have to toss your computer out of a window.
Yeah. No, this-
Yeah.
If you're watching,
no other
you need an electric
Center
immunity is
sword.
not
Please
an
don't.
optional thing. You need to be able to break Volt turn momentum in some way, or you will
Yeah.
lose.
I think there are
Volt
like
Switch is such a ridiculous move. You need to stop it.
other than the lack of a ground type, the speed tiers are pretty good. The
Speed tiers are
offense
solid.
is pretty good.
Um,
the lack of a
I
ground
have.
type
There's
is
the defense
so-
is bad. The
defense is
defense
Yeah.
is turbo
Defense
ass.
is really bad. The defense is
And there's so
really
much overlapping. Like, in what world do you need Kingdra and Dracovish? Like, also,
this-
you
this is
have
what I was about
Kingdra
to say.
and Holucha, who are mons who are worthless without terrain and rain, respectively.
Yeah, it's
This is what I
like
was about
trying
to
to
say,
be a
and then did-
hyper
I
offense
don't
team,
like-
but without the setup.
I don't like this lack of synergy on Vish and Kingdra and Holucha. Like we have gone in. We are at the crossroads right now. We are at the bad
Incidentally-
choice road.
And we took them all.
While we're throwing stuff out
Yeah.
there, Kingdra specifically, just not a good enough mon to be Terra captaining in a draft where you could Terra Volcanium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Rain, I could see it because it's free Terra,
Rain,
right? Not
I
stop
could
Terra.
see it with Rain.
Yeah.
Now, there is something that this draft lacks in that equation.
Mm-hmm.
It's
We
set
might
in
be
fun
interesting.
way.
I think
Yeah.
this
I mean,
draft-
King
I
Tree is
appreciate-
12
No, I
points.
understand. We
which
use
is-
the free turn afforded to us by terroring into a type that resists our opponent to
Has
set
rain
up our
damage.
own rain to not do anything with.
It's true. It's true.
We're making it
Because
out of
we're setting up
VGC
our
with
own
this
rain.
one.
We
And then
also are not
Holucha has
good
the
in-
berry that you eat when you come in the rain, and then you get to proc the
Yeah,
Unburden.
that one, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a classic.
Guys, we set up grassy
Basically,
terrain with
what I'm getting at
Snivy,
is the
and that's
upshot
how
of
we get
all of
the
this
boost.
combined is that I
Mhm.
genuinely think Zapdos might be what this draft checks under its bed for every night.
I think
But yeah.
this draft, if they swapped out Hawlucha and Kingdra for two different mons,
Hmm.
like I think you could.
I think we could be cooking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, there's
Kingdra
there's
and-
good quality mons on this
And
team.
we like
Mm.
cut off Center Scorch as well for like a grand total of like what 32 points. We can make some stuff happen.
We can't
can-
cut off the Sense Scorch. We have to have 10 mons.
Yeah, but we cut off Center Scorch to get a different mon. Get cheaper
Yeah,
mon.
you get rid of Send Scorch, you pick up
Out for, like, a
Chikorita.
1-pointer.
Like
Uh,
if you want
sure.
7-point mons,
we
there's
trade
good.
in Hawlucha for like a solid, strong ground type, and then King. Like I can go to the board right now. Let me
Yeah,
let
it's
me
a
people
12-point
going
board as
on.
well, which means there are access to
It's a
small
roll.
ground types. There's still a load of
Yeah,
great
it's
mons.
a 12 mon. That is something somebody
Yeah.
else brought up like in a chat at one point. This is a 12-man draft, so each draft is supposed to be even better than the ones we've seen before because there is less
Yeah.
competition for the best mons.
Like if you want good
Is
ground,
Tinglu still up?
So
No, it's been taken.
fine. Both of the drafts that we've seen so far are even less impressive with that asterisk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
That's the only reason Moon was able to make Hardstall.
Yeah, it's because
Despite
Yeah.
despite
Nobody was
numerous
there.
failures.
Nobody wanted to take
yeah.
us.
Let me just throw out some good ground types that are still on, both offensively and defensively.
Mhm.
Garchomp is still up there, which can kind of do both depending on the week.
No, it's Brandon.
Well,
Garchomp is
yeah.
there to click
but
rocks and
Click
wear
rocks
rocky
and
helmet.
spikes and then
Yeah,
dive.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
I have a
Wow.
crazy Shadow U team. I'll show off later if people still get it. Not for stream for you guys. That's hysterical.
The 19-point rocks clicker, and I love him for it.
Anyway, other ground types?
Both Ursalunas are still up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Mm.
wild. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
No, because
Bloodmoon could go insano on this team.
Regular
Amazing.
Ursaluna covers like what
I don't think we even need more physical power. We want special power, and we just pull
Yeah.
out
I think
Blood Moon.
I think
Yeah,
Blood Moon would
Bloodmoon's
be very
pretty good
good.
here.
I mean,
Megas
yeah,
Master,
no, you're right.
obviously,
We
only
do want
have one
special
mega,
power.
and we've settled on that.
My God.
For high tier grounds, admittedly, actually, we are kind of dry on those. Those specifically have gotten kind of run down.
But you could
But,
also
I mean,
grab like a Mudsdale or
Garchomp
something.
Already is like
Yeah,
good
man
enough.
was
And
fine.
and to be frank with you, I really don't see what the problem is with Ursaluna Blood Moon, but whatever.
Both of
I
them
agree
need
with you. I
us.
thought it was
What
great.
say is still up.
No.
No,
I'm
that's
saying that there aren't actually that many. Apart from that, there's Zygarde 50% still on the
Yeah.
board.
Neo King wouldn't be bad.
There's a lot of ways we
Wouldn't
can get the ground
even
type of the
be
team,
terrible,
and there's a
but-
lot of we
Yeah,
can
it's
get a
no
lot of
poison type.
power and bulk in the back. Like there are.
And for good Terra captains that are still on the board, our Chaladon is still on the board. Garganacl is still on the board if you want bulk. Hey, Mamoswine's still on there if you want a lower point ground type that's got some power to it.
Sterilage.
Yeah, like
And instead of this Kingdra, you can get anything at all.
It could be
If
anything.
you want
Even
bulk
be a
in a
boat.
different kind of Terra, Skeledirge is still up there.
Skeledirge should be awesome.
Well, this is it.
If this
It's
team
like
had
to say-
Skeledirge and like
Iron Hands is still there. Iron Hands is a crazy Terra captain.
I
Oh
I'm looking
yeah.
at this team.
It's like you say, there's such good pieces.
Yeah.
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 It's close.
This is the only. Listen. The way I play this game, I'd fucking kill to run fucking Mega Kangaskhan, bro. I think this guy is so
no
funny.
size hit toss.
Uh,
back.
oh boy,
I
Darkrai and
know.
Unburdened fighting type. Liam.
Yeah.
likes this
Darkrai
team.
Unburdened.
Liam smacking his
Noticing.
lips.
I'm noticing right now.
I think
but-
in terms of like
yeah.
problems this draft has, I'd probably like lay them out. Hazard control is
It
non-existent.
literally is not.
Literally
Hazard
doesn't
not-
exist.
No,
All hazard
none of it.
settings.
Hazard setting's bad. Hazard control
No,
bad.
there is
Hazard
zero
control
No,
is
there
what?
are-
Default
there are-
Howlucha?
The Fog Hole Lucha,
Actually,
the
yeah.
Snivy. That's
Well,
the two hazard.
Actually,
Actually, two
it's
things I want to
disgusting.
say here is that One, apparently Zapdos hasn't been taken, by the way, so I guess this draft doesn't have to check under its bed for it.
Alright.
And second of
Well,
all,
that's not
it's
the way.
funny that you mentioned that unburdened fighting type, because Sneasler is still on the board.
That's interesting.
Add me into bronze. I can make a full draft with what's
I
left.
think we played too safe with our point spending.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting from this. Because I think they
You could-
wanted the draft top heavy, but then like second guessed themselves.
This reminds me of
I
my
don't know
very
if that's
first
the
draft.
case. I mean, having Kingdra and
Moon is
Holucha
doing
just looks like you've
Yeah.
heard that they were good in some context, and you don't really know why.
No, this
No,
one
I
I mean,
Like
this
appreciate
reminds
Mega
me of
Kangaskhan as well
Moon is
is a little
engaging
bit
in a
like that
practice
for a
that
Mega
I like
Slot.
to call creative reading.
Yes. I'm not just reading between the lines, I'm making up my own lines to read.
This
So
reminds me so
basically,
much of my
it's
very
fantasy
first draft because it is just like
Yeah.
it is just like mons you heard were strong, mons you heard were good, mons maybe you kind of liked yourself or like have used in like a
I think a
Rambats or
lot of
something.
it is my favorite guys. I think that's a significant.
Kindra's
chunk of
definitely
it.
someone's
And,
favorite
and
guy.
when I look back at my very first team, it was like
Tigers are my
decently
favorite
strong because it had like a Dracovish, it had like some guys with like 2 mon synergy and whatnot, but like collectively as a team, they did not come together. They were
Yeah.
not like an insane like combination. Like now I look into my team and I look into the deeper synergies. I think about the type matchup chart a lot more. I think about hazards a lot more.
Hey, I'm nothing like
Yeah.
yo. I look at my first team and go, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, no, you
I
peaked.
can't
You're-
believe they
Hey,
let
so
me
is
get that.
mine. So is mine.
You peaked at your first time draft team.
No,
I
It
got
was like-
Darkrai, Cinderace, Glowking. Like
We
I
had
was
like 8
chilling.
people. We had 8 people in our first league. To be fair,
yeah.
but,
And still, some of those teams look the way they did.
yeah, exactly.
Get 4 points as well.
I think this team could definitely get wins by just because there are some individually very strong mons here. However, it is kind of like I can kind of tell it's a
this is a
first
draft.
first draft because
draft.
like the synergies aren't quite there as like the gold and silver leagues had.
There's not.
I
Yeah.
think at a certain point, like they'll realize what's so good about terrestrialization, and they will pick better Terra captains, and this team will look better.
Yeah. But you know what? They could definitely have fun here. The individual pieces there are some fun and strong pieces here, and I wish them the best, and I hope they have fun.
Yeah, I hope
but
they
It just
It
needs
Yeah.
I also
a few
hope I
roles
also
built up.
hope they have a wake up call and realize like I'm not even realize, just learn about draft because it is.
But this is what Moody was supposed to be. Moody was supposed to do this for them.
Literally, your job was to teach them a lesson about needing a ground type with Regieleki, but you are simply dumb as shit.
Look.
You weren't up to the
Again,
task.
Yeah, if I got 6 0'd by
Moody and
Regieleki, I would
Moody.
never forget that, and I would be drafting a ground
If I
type
got
every
6 on
time.
Regieleki, you would see my ass on the street getting every transaction for a ground type possible. I'd come next week with 6 ground types.
The emoji of the guy with like the orphan flat cap begging for money going around.
Spare change.
Spare
spare
ground
change.
Ground type, please.
Bad dirt, sir.
I think this team has some problems, and I think we've laid them out quite well.
If they lose another game, and if they ever get hit by another electric move, we can blame Moody.
Yeah.
But incidentally, this is why I was like, oh, do we really want to call Moons a 4? Because
think-
like, if Moons is a 4, what is
Do
this?
we move? I think we put this as a tentative 3 because I've only ever seen 2 so far.
I don't want to put it one lower. If this is a 3, you're a 5. Like, this is at least 2 points worse than
Well,
you.
How
Or at
about
least
Moons
more
is a
of a-
5 then?
Oh, yeah, right.
How about
Fine.
Moon is up to 5 because this has to be at least 2 points lower
Yeah.
than Moon's.
Yeah, I can accept that.
This is what I was talking about. The Mariana Trench is deep
Do you
indeed.
think this could be a 2?
No.
I think this could be a 2.
I don't think
I
it could
think
be a
the-
2
I
if I'm
think
a
the-
5.
This is like
I could
obviously
see it.
like you've got to judge the pieces in front of you.
Like,
I'd feel harsh giving it a 2 because it's like 2 or 3 pieces away from being like a lot better.
Oh, sure, but no one was going to draft the team of like 10 Swinubs. What
Yeah.
what a 2 actually
Yeah.
looks like is like no electric immunity, no hazards, no hazard removal,
no hazard set.
like-
we're going,
like
we're going.
Mediocre
Terra
power.
Captain Kingdra, Terra Captain Holucha with no synergy for either
Your
of them.
one ground,
I think this is this is like
your
as
one ground switching is Holucha.
yeah.
I will
Yeah,
put
your
it-
one
I will
ground
put it
switching
on
is
2.
Holucha. We just don't have any like ground resistances or non-grounded monster. Like this is a draft with every single flaw we have ever ripped anyone
Yeah,
we have ever like ripped into anyone for in like in context. It has all of them. Like it has to be a 2 because
no,
a 1 is
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
swinubs.
The only thing keeping this team up, like from being a 1, is probably just the raw power behind certain monsters.
Yeah,
It's
just
that
the quality of individual.
Yeah.
Like, it feels bad to give a team with Mega Kangaskhan, Darkrai, Dracovish, Aegislash like a low score, but like in the actual context of the whole team, there's so many exploitable weaknesses. It's so hard to actually give it a remotely good score, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
If this
we
person
didn't even
ever-
talk about other like type weakness. For example, the only flying type on this team is Halucha, and we have more than one ground weak. This shit is getting obliterated by like.
Oh yeah, this is what we were talking about. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
sorry,
If
well,
this team
I'll-
yeah,
ever
we
I'll-
mentioned
wants,
this.
if Smelpy
really
ever
good
wants
at
help
that.
learning about Draft League and like what a good draft and team, like kind of what pieces you need, there are many people in this league who I'd be, I'm sure would be
Yeah.
very happy to help. Many people
Yeah.
in this
People
call,
Yeah,
me
playing in
included.
bronze would be happy to help. The people playing in bronze are
Playing
not as if
bronze,
like they're
yeah,
not
people
all
don't-
new players. A lot of them have been around for quite
Mhm.
a bit. Me, Moody, Jester, especially.
Um,
Um,
And we're not
that-
setting away. We're not trying
I
to like
would
put people at
disclaimer
disadvantage.
of,
No.
there are some people who have, taken umbrage with maybe the way we consider we seem to think about draft, and so maybe they wouldn't recommend our help. Those people can eat shit, but
Eat shift, buddy. Yeah.
feel free to just yeah. I'm sure most people would be happy if you just like ask them.
I mean, the
Happy-
way
happy
people
to
think
at
about
least-
draft's not going to change the fact that like hazards are good, hazard removal is good, and
Something's
not getting
objectively
You need
yoked
you
by the left.
Earthquake.
Yeah, not
Earthquake is a really good move.
We can cross the aisle with the people of different draft philosophies and say, hey, maybe you need an electric immune.
Yeah, I
common
think
Yeah.
that
common
Maybe
ground.
you need
I like stealth
Maybe
rocks.
you
Common
need
ground.
another thing that is off the ground.
Yeah.
anything off the
Alright.
ground. Yeah, but let's.
Maybe you need
But yeah,
something
okay,
off the ground that
to
just
move
is
on.
better than a Halucha. There's still a Zapdos on the board, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll move on.
Right, dripping dripplins.
So if you want to talk about the
Yeah.
one team that I feel that Moon will have a good time against.
Okay. Oh, this draft. I see now.
I think this draft is.
This
I
is easy.
love
Say
this.
that.
I know it's
It's-
objective.
Free Terra Hydrapple. Glycol trying to come in Spadef and shit, getting boomed by Terra Blast Ice.
If you ever terrestrialize this Ogerpon or you terrestrialize the Hydrapple out of grass, this team is fake. It's not real anymore. Who are you?
It's
You-
horribly woke.
Like,
It's horribly
you
woke.
are betraying
Look-
your own.
You know what?
sorry.
I know it's objectively bad because monotype, but I just look at this team and I love it.
Does
I
It makes
think
me happy.
If
all
Judy,
right.
Yeah. Mm.
with
Funny
her
how
own
generically
restrictions,
balanced this draft has ended up being.
yeah,
If you
exactly.
ignore the fact that they all share the fucking grass type.
They're all
Yeah,
grass
it's-
type ones.
BT
Yeah.
is incredible.
Like if you
BT
take
is
typings out,
fantastic.
hazard
Hazard-
settings
Hazard-
there,
Hazard-
hazard
Hazard-
control.
Ground, but don't worry, because pretty much everything in our draft is a ground resist anyway, so who gives a shit? We
Mhm.
have
Like,
the ground
it-
strong ground opposed type. We have good bulk with ones like Marathon and Mega Venusaur.
If you want to talk about the problems of the last draft, this one does not have a weakness to Volt Switch or a weakness to Earthquake. Incredible.
It's got
It has
weakness
hazard
to you,
setting, it
John,
has hazard removal.
Mhm.
Now,
I love this team objectively from a role perspective.
Yeah, if you go down the checklist, this team looks incredible. But as soon as you scroll up a little bit further and you look at the
if
chart,
you look at the moves list
You know,
and you look at the
yeah,
stats list, it all looks great. But you look at the matchup chart and you're upset.
I'm like, wait, how
There
did
is a red curtain. There is a
interesting because there's one line I've been meaning to say. I was like planning on saying the moment we said we were going to do like streams for all of them, but then some games
Yeah.
in bronze have happened that have made this line have a lot less impact. I was going to say, God, I wish I ran into this guy the season I had Zard Y because I think it might be impossible to lose to this team with that mon. But
And yet-
and yeah,
somehow?
And
I guess
yeah.
that's what
life
happens when you
finds a
have
way.
team- I guess that's what happens when you have a team of no rock resist.
I'm not gonna lie, this mono grass team looks better than the mono grass team Jester created with Arceus on his team.
That's
Oh, yes. That team was very flawed, though. Well, it has
Yes.
similar things, and then at the time, I don't think Hydra, Ogerpon were released. So
Hydrapple was in the. Oh wait, maybe you're right because Applin was.
No, I'm pretty
no,
sure
Applin
Hydrapple
was.
and Ogerpon were not released yet.
So-
No.
No, Ogerpon was because you had Half Flame, right?
Yeah.
oh yeah, I did have half flame.
Yeah, because it boomed my fucking Rotom because I didn't know what Mold Breaker did at the
So
time.
unsurprisingly,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're just stupid as shit, man. I don't know what to tell you.
But
Yeah, because I drafted the Arceus grass.
we are right in that immediate power. Meowscarada is not like an insane Giga Breaker. It can hold the band and all lot,
Our
but it's
immediate
not.
power is that we get we get fickle, and we just go all out.
And the immediate
Yeah,
power is
or we have an
Ivy
Ogre
Cudgel.
Pond with Ivy Cudgel, or we have a Hisuian Lilligant that can have what's it called? Hustle.
Yeah,
Hustle.
do the
Yeah, it has a built-in choice band. It's
Has
so
a built-in
good.
choice band, and it can hold a choice band. It can be double
Hustle
choice
triple
band.
axle. Click it.
This is Garmanitan.
Hustle isn't a 1.5 times boost.
It is.
No, it's 1.2.
Hustle's a
right?
1.5 times.
No,
boost.
Hustle's
1.5.
1.5 times. Hustle's 1.5.
That
I thought-
sounds. That
Check
feels
I thought it was
wrong.
1.2.
No,
Look it up.
1.2.
Hustle ones have got to be weaker than I thought then, because they don't feel like they're
A
hitting me
lot
with
of
a
them are
free
very
throw
weak.
It's
band.
definitely
One of them is
1.5.
Durant.
I'm 100% certain of this.
What do you mean
Kevin
Delibird
Durant.
isn't hitting you for like a double banded
you got
damage?
You got
Fuck.
Also, what do you mean Hustle ones aren't hitting you for that much? They're not hitting you.
It's
You got a
true,
point.
they're with
You
me.
got a point. No, they're hitting me.
With a miss.
Fuck out of me.
They are hitting you.
No.
Um,
You and Moon.
Don't worry, it will be coming wide lens victory dance every week.
okay, so I think this is. This is such a weird team to rate because they tick.
The
If you
fire
Terra
type makes
Captain
them
the
want
fucking
to
Hisuian
cry.
Lilligant,
I
Fire
want to.
Stealth Rocks makes them want to cry.
I feel like realistically, it's not fair to rate this. But if you want to rate it,
Literally,
I
was
feel
gonna say this.
It's not fair. It's completely fair.
because it's like making a mockery of
I
our
rate
rating
it-
system. It's not fair on us to rate this.
I rated a whatever man out of 10.
How is this-
I rated an
How is
okay
this
dude out
less
of 10.
or more of a gimmick team than Moon's?
That's that.
Well,
I
be-
think it's as gimmicky as mine.
Exactly. So,
That's-
but it was
Okay.
completely-
But I
That's
would.
fair.
it was so
I prefer this
unfair.
gimmick.
What the
I
fucking
low key
I-
prefer
going
this
on?
gimmick.
I think
I
this
also
is like a
probably
this is like a 3 or a 4. Probably not a 4. It's probably like a 3 realistically.
I'm
But
a
like I
5,
think
it
I feel
has
like
to
it's
be a
so well
5.
constructed around its limitations that I want to give it like
It's got to be
some
the
extra
same,
props.
same rank as me. It's got to be the same rank as
I
me.
think it's worse than yours.
I think this is worse than Moon's. I do agree with
I
Kieran.
prefer it, but I also
think
just
the
prefer the
fire
mons on this team.
weakness is
It's got
so
good
So
houses
can
and
can
houses.
someone who has the matchup chart up
Yeah.
or whatever?
I-
Can someone
I-
can someone with the matchup chart for this just send Wicket a screenshot of what this team's
Pick
weaknesses
that
look like so that
Venusaur
he
will
can.
save
Oh,
him.
it's hilarious. It is quite hilarious.
Pick
Yeah,
that
send him a
Venusaur.
picture of the weaknesses on this team and let's see if he keeps saying he's as good as
A
Moon's.
minus
What's the-
9 trillion weakness to flying, a minus 9 trillion
Win?
weakness to
No,
fire.
you don't get it. You don't get it. Fix that
Nice.
Venusaur will
I
fix
just don't
the.
get it, man.
Fix the
the
Y'all
Venusaur's
problem.
not
get it.
fixing it. It can't Terra out of being weak. It's still neutral.
Bramblegast will save the flying problem because Hurricane won't do damage. Don't ask about Brave Bird.
Jesus
Um,
Christ, that's worse than I thought.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm just at the matchup chart. Let me have a look. I've got it
Yeah,
up
let's
here.
have a look at this.
Oh
Like,
my
let me just
God.
take a big
So
let me
Yeah,
take a
let's
big
see,
sip
let's
of
see.
water and look at this
Oh
matchup
my
chart.
God.
Look,
Oh, no.
nah. But
Let's-
the grass,
That's a
the
lot of
grass
double digits.
resistance is crazy.
That's true.
Let's
The
read
electric
this-
resistance
let's-
union.
Hold on. I want to read this out for the stream. I want the stream to be aware of this. -7 to bug across
U-turn.
Oh my God. I've
zero
never-
resist, 0 resists, only weaknesses. -9 to fire, again 0 resists, only weaknesses. -9 to flying, 0 resists, only weaknesses. Ice -10, 0 resists, only weaknesses. 2 different X4s. -4 to poison. We have 1 immunity in Therathorn, the goat, saving us once again, and we're still somehow -3 to steal.
How did that happen?
I don't know how the -3 to steal. How did that shit happen?
Ogapon,
Yeah,
a bomb of
what steal
snow,
was this?
Whimsicott, and
Whimsicott.
Cradilly.
Cradilly. Oh.
Freydilly,
Okay.
you bum.
Really, don't
Maybe
get
this is a
down.
worse gimmick than
Yeah,
Moon's, but I
you know what?
I would like
Yeah.
using this team.
I
This looks fun.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, I
Four-
think this team is meant to be
A four
bottom,
is-
yeah.
So generous.
It's
No,
at least
Yeah, man,
a
this
bottom.
team's gonna feel so good to play when
-9.
U-turn hits you again and again and again.
Yeah,
No, Rocket
no,
Hammer
this team
Terraform.
resists the Volt Switch, but holy shit, the U-turn.
This
You
team's
know
gonna be
what?
fun
Yeah,
in bronze.
-9 to fire and flying is why I said that's why I said God, I wish I had a Zard Y.
You're gonna 10-0 this team with first impression. You're gonna first impression, then you're gonna swap to a different mon. Then you're gonna do
Yeah.
it again. You're gonna sack that mon, do it again. You're gonna sack that other mon, do it again.
Appreciate the idea that we're going to first impression and then swap out, as if Lokix isn't actually faster than 90% of this team anyway. And the ones it's slower
Listen,
than, it kind of doesn't need
it's-
the first impression.
It's gonna be
exactly like
banned.
Overwatch.
It's gonna be banded low kicks to teach them a fucking lesson.
It's going to be
Yeah.
banded low. So we're simply just going to be clicking. We don't need to click first impression. We just click like Leech Life.
No, it has to be
I
first
want to see a
impression.
banded.
Each
I
of
want
our
to see banded Glycor click U-turn.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was gonna say, does Glycol get fling?
it does. But
What?
fucking
Does it
fling.
get acrobatics?
Oh my
It does get
goodness.
acrobatics.
No, you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Fling
Like,
Toxicol.
Like dual winged beat or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I just-
we don't want to. We don't want to take all of our health from Theraphor and Rocky Helmet. Come on.
Yeah,
I just don't want to. I'm not.
I was going Earthquake.
I feel like I'm about to say
I'm
aside from
not-
the glaring weaknesses, which is just so hard to say because it is just that bad.
Oh my
You know
god.
what?
look.
It's so
You know
bad. I think this is. I
I'm
think
not entertaining the
I'm
idea.
gonna hit the aside from the glaring weaknesses on every draft, and they're all perfect.
no. The
Moon.
glaring. If you want,
I would say aside from the
Moon,
glaring
can
weaknesses,
you
is
pull
there
up-
anything more?
Moon, can you pull up that screenshot on the stream, or is the technology too
The
too
technology's
crazy?
there. Can you send me
No,
the
I mean-
screenshot? I can pull it up.
Oh,
It's
the,
just-
the
it's one
roles
in
are largely
general.
covered. We have Physics Mons, we have Spidef Mons, we've got like every lovely little like
Yeah.
bonus thing we can
Well,
have under the
let's
sun. The problem
It's
is we
just-
have glaring weaknesses. This is like a
Mon.
Yeah.
We have Badef Mon.
we have Spidef Mon.
I
And
No,
just
it-
think
and
we have
you, like-
Spidef Mons. Asterisk. I am calling
two
Mega
Spidef
Venusaur and
Mons.
okay, no, I'm calling Mega Venusaur and Assault Vest Hydraffle Assault.
And
Spidef Mons.
Toadscruel.
No, Toadscruel is the Mon.
listen. This is what I would listen.
Listen. Ever. Toadscruel is not
That
a
is
real
true.
Pokemon.
I
Um,
just,
yeah,
I just think
this team is like to be clear.
So funny.
Yeah,
the
that's
tiny
awesome.
matchup chart.
Oh,
The
it's
tiny
insane.
chart.
Yeah, this should be their logo, frankly. The like
Look at the
no,
water
in
resistance.
honor of the construction that they've done to trick Wicket into thinking this might be a better team than Moons somehow, they
Yeah.
should get a 3 instead of a 2. But like
No, I agree. Yes, no, you're
this
right.
this is realistically just as bad as the like previous one because look at
I
this.
just-
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I'm just not
aside
entertaining
from
this
the
idea of-
Titan, it is a better team than the Boston Ivy. Like
Yeah.
fundamentally, when you look
It's
at
a
what
better
it can
constructed
do,
team. If you
like
you
if this is a
pretend that we
different
couldn't make a
monotype,
good
Yeah.
we'd
one.
be rating it probably
Yeah.
a bit better at least.
Oh, but look
In
at this,
monotype,
like-
I still wouldn't
No.
be rating this because you've got in monotype you have to work really I feel like you're trying even harder to make sure this is not what your chart looks like. Also,
Oh,
if you're
yeah,
a mono,
like,
also if you're a
If they went
monotype,
to a
you picked
different
grass,
type
and
of
that's already a
monotype, it would be
problem.
better than
If you
this.
monotype, you're picking
It's a
dark or
contrast.
flying.
Mhm.
See, I was-
I just wanted to make sure we're not entertaining this idea that it's better than Moons. Because listen, when we talked about Moons
Yeah,
earlier, we
no.
mentioned he's kind of Moons kind of matchup fishing. I think that's fair. This is matchup praying. This is not fishing. This is matchup praying, is what this is. Literally, it's not the same thing. It's completely different.
You know what?
I really need it to rain fish right now, or I'm fucked.
Yes.
Like-
This draft also has like a minus weakness to steel because it makes it actually physically impossible for a Mega Scizor not to 6-0.
Yeah.
See,
You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
I've this team. You know what this team needs, and it would fix all their problems.
Zapdos.
Let's go villain. All right,
Fine.
gonna.
Anyway,
fine.
moving on.
Next one. Big body
Alright, so-
Bronzongs. No Bronzong.
Oh, we gave that a 3, right?
Give it a
Yeah,
three,
we did.
All right.
Dupider, Axew, Sandslash. We
The
are
first Infernape on a fucking
What? Why do
draft.
we have 3 turbo super duper shitters? You only had to draft 10 mons.
Fine.
You didn't need to draft. No one was forcing you to draft Axew. You didn't have to do that.
Also, minus points for drafting 3 Shittermons, but still having none of them be your logo.
Yeah.
Where is Bronzong?
At least the shiny mirror. The guy before Bronzong. What's that guy
I'm
called?
trying to put
Bronzor.
together in my
Bronzor.
head.
Bronzor. At least
Bronzor.
Bronzor. Come
I'm
on.
feeling like the fucking RDC World skit where there's Doc Rivers in the Sixers locker room and he's looking at James Harden. You had 9 points. How did you get those? Was that like 2 threes and the rest were free throws? Was it like was it 3 twos? Was it, you had 6 points. And I'm doing that because I'm looking at this team. I'm genuinely trying to work out where 115
Where
points.
where
went.
are the points? Where
Was
are the points?
Axew like 5 points? How did this happen?
I think
Like,
Scrafty
genuinely,
and
I'm
Jirachi
so
are quite
deeply
highly priced, if I'm
confused.
not mistaken.
Sure. But I get no. Scrafty's like,
doesn't
hey,
explain
great
it.
value pick.
Infernape,
But
actually, I'm pretty sure is enormously.
Oh
priced.
yeah, Infinite
Yeah,
is like
Infernape 16. It's the
Infernape is
yeah.
being taxed every draft for no reason.
okay.
He's
Can
not
I say the
good.
thing?
volume 1 here, and then
So-
it's like Jirachi, then Salomon.
Okay, vibes aside, can I steer us to some like real like analysis.
Sure.
First thing
Sure.
I'm seeing, how our special attackers are
Infernape.
Well, to be
Infernape
clear,
and
actually, I want to
Thunderous.
push back slightly in that is a very real analysis. You were in a 12-man draft and you managed to draft a team that just
Yes,
isn't
okay,
that
that's fair.
immediately
That's
threatened.
fair.
That is
That's fair.
perfectly good, reasonable. The actual average base attacking stat of this team is like 110. Actually, it's much less. The highest base attackings are like Salamence and Scizor, which actually do have pretty real attack stats.
130.
But and Salamence specifically is as a Terra captain. Wait, which one of these is stab?
That's a great question.
Thunderous is stab, Salmons is free.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
fuck.
free Terra Salamence has a lot
Okay.
going on. Scizor,
Yeah.
obviously. Scizor has move pool and speed limitations. But then you go around from that and it's like, yeah, Infernape's coverage. The coverage is crazy off of 104 attack. Dude, shut up.
Serena has a real attack
I
stat,
like
right?
both of their Terra captains a lot, of course. Serena's,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's got mixed.
It's 120 attack.
120 attack, but what are its other stats?
Don't worry about
Serena's
those.
main job is to be priority absorbing and to spin.
Yeah.
Priority absorbing with a base speed of 9. Whatever,
No,
dude.
it absorbs priority by having Queenly Majesty.
I know, but I mean, it's
Yeah, but
just
is it
priority
outspeeding?
absorbing.
Yeah.
So-
It will after the rapid spin that it has to come for because the
True.
hazard removal on this
True.
team is
He's not
stuck
it's
on
not
mon.
bad.
It's stuck on mons that are either bad or don't want to be doing it.
Yeah, Scizor,
really.
Salamence, and Thunderous gets it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
A lot of
But
them
again,
click the
like,
fog.
I feel bad making them click defog when like I also have a Sand Slash that's on my draft and a Serena that's on my draft, and it's like you guys suck. You should probably be doing this.
Yeah, like what are you guys doing?
I'm
love
not
Dupider.
losing the ability for Salamence to be like my only win condition that's actually on this draft. You know?
I just love Dupider immediately in between the up to right of Milotic and Infernape. Like, what is a polar bear doing?
Did we
Exactly.
dip down for Dupider after Serena? Why did we do that?
2 points, fam. That was 2 points.
It objectively
Some
gets
fun.
webs.
Just a bit of fun in the sun,
I
you
mean,
know?
Orbital's in 6 points for the same reasons, right? It gets webs. Like,
Does
Also-
Orbital get webs? I don't think it does.
Orbital does get webs because when I was looking at Jester's prep,
What a
Orbital-
hell.
Yeah, it
Orbital,
does make
Orbital
sense.
does bring the webs.
Where is that beetle making webs from?
You
I
don't
don't
want to
wanna-
know. Is
do
the
not-
answer?
do
Cosmic
not
webs.
ask those kinds of questions. Anyway,
Alright.
other real
Okay.
analysis. Speed tiers cap out. 111's a nice speed tier because all the base 110s running
Mhm.
around with megas and shit. Capping out there, it's not great. It's not
Do you
fantastic.
know
I mean,
what's not
hey,
great?
All the way
Infernape's
down
very-
from 111, it's very hard to creep anything
Okay.
because everything's got like these really nice jumps, but like, holy moly, is it like not hard to just go, I don't care, I'll be faster than all of you?
All right. Do you know what's really
Yeah.
not great?
Infernape's a very competent scarfer, but the thing is that without the breakers by its side, in order to force like things into
Mm.
positions where they just die to scarf Infernape, it's a lot less competent of one.
Yeah.
All right.
Moon, you were saying?
Is our only
What
electric
do
community
we do?
Thunderous?
Thunderous
Yes.
isn't an electric
No,
community.
Thunderous
It is
isn't
Oh,
not
so
electric community.
it's
It
Sand
is
Slash.
Sand
I'm sorry.
Slash. I was about
It's
to
Sand
bring up
Slash.
that the fairy type makes us cry. The dragon type makes us cry.
But...
We
And-
do.
I don't know. I feel like Scizor
I
is
don't
a
know about the
blanket
dragon
fairy
type.
check.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
also a Jirachi.
There's also a
Dragon
Jirachi.
type.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the fairy type does not make us cry at
I,
Your
all.
one-
I forgot.
your
I
one
keep
very
forgetting
weak is
Jirachi
the
is in the
Terra
bottom
Captain.
right, and it's hidden beneath
It's
a bunch
secret,
of
Dragon
secret
type-
Jirachi.
Dragon type depends on how bulky the dragon is, because Mimikyu is a real dragon check, as much as we loathe
Yeah.
to say it, to
Yeah.
admit it. It is a real mon.
You do
I
have
think
2
more than
steals,
that-
which you're
And we
Yeah.
do also have 2 steals.
Electric-
That's also not true.
Electric does blow up.
Mm.
Do
Yeah.
people in bronze just like hate the ground type? I don't understand.
They just
What's
hate.
going on?
No, this person loves Sand Slash.
Hey guys,
Yeah, we've got
so
Sand Slash.
great
You're
news.
alright.
This is my next week's matchup. Who wants to show me how to use Regieleki?
Let's switch it into Specs Darkrai hard.
I-
There you go. You
There
figured
we
it
are.
out.
Alright, so when Salamence comes in, don't swap in hard.
Okay, I'm learning. I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
do
I-
not
think-
do not
But
throw
Salamence
your
doesn't
Regieleki in front of a moving bus.
What is our hazard? Is it
if the- instantly, if the Salamence doesn't
Sand
come as
Slash.
Terra Ground into you,
Infinite
I will eat my own
Rocks.
shit.
our hazard?
Not even your own shoe, man.
And
What the
Dupider
hell?
objectively gets
Our hazards
webs. Also,
are
Jirachi gets rocks as
Infernape,
well.
Jirachi.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
Jirachi
That's not
can
that
click
bad.
the rocks. I don't feel like Infernape wants to be clicking rocks.
No.
And the thing about
Actually,
Jirachi clicking rocks, it wants to be it wants to be clicking rocks
hold on.
some weeks.
Infernape gets rocks.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gen 4
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
Gen 4
damn.
gave everything rock. Gives a shitload of things
Ah,
rock.
that's true.
Yeah.
Like, it can be a decent
You're right.
lead
That
depending
shit
on the
really does
matchup.
not want to be clicking rocks.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind Jirachi being like the main rocker because it's one of the
Jirachi's
monsters
not a
this team
bad
that
rocker.
can come every week and can slot rocks every
Sure.
week.
But I'd like I
do
would
like
like
Mom.
it to be able. I'd like it to be able to come with an assault vest or a scarf or something sometimes because it on
It
the
has
team
the
builder
option,
it does
yeah.
threaten those roles because its type is like actually kind of good
Oh
for
my
assault
God.
vest, and it's really annoying when you can give it a scarf. It's such a piece of shit with a scarf.
Oh my god, a layer
Yep.
of T-spikes.
I can't
follows
wait
this
to bring
team.
like infinite covert cloak so I blow my brains out.
We just set up T-spikes. We have no way to clear them.
Yeah. No,
No, we have
Wow.
Sand Slash.
Okay, we have rapid spin. Sure, we have no grounded poison type.
No, we don't have a grounded poison
We-
type. That's true. But a lot of I think we did also one of the teams we saw earlier. The 2-point team also did not have
It's not
a
even
grounded
gonna have
poison
one,
type,
but
by the way.
Spammy was like the,
Yeah. But that was
Wait.
the least of the problem. That's
Yeah.
kind of like honestly, in the face of everything else, that was a fake issue. This is kind of an issue here. Although I will say we're low key like
we're
for
flying.
we're like the T Spikes equivalent of Superman because we do have 2 like non-grounded mons and 2 steel types, which is like most of the way there.
Sure, but our defensive, our good defensive battle.
It does hurt my low tick.
And Mimikyu.
Yeah. It
Mimikyu.
sucks for them. It doesn't suck that much for Mimikyu, because it always takes 1 hit anyway. So whatever.
Sure, but it's mainly that.
Scrafty gotta come in and shed skin it away.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Scrafty don't care. But yeah, like I'm actually becoming less and less convinced that Toxic Spikes is much of a problem.
I just think not being able to
like,
play them is not
it's-
helpful.
I just think in the face of how, like again, like why are we a 12-mon draft with like our best our like most exciting mon on this team is like Salamence? How did that happen? Like why did we draft so many guys when and why did we not draft a good ground type? Yeah. Do we want to try and give this a score?
They tick all the boxes like a bit.
They tick all the boxes, but they tick them on really bad mons. So like, does that even count as
I
ticking?
could bring
Yeah.
Skellybird for
Does it
rapid
tick all of
spin.
the boxes? Like, I mean, it doesn't tick the boxes of Spadef. Our best Spadef mon is Jirachi.
Yeah, which is again, which is annoying that it can't be AV if we want rocks.
My logic
Yeah,
is good
yeah,
for that
yeah.
one.
Oh, my logic does get Spadef, yeah.
Yeah.
But
doesn't.
again, the
Scrafty can
the
bring
whole
Assault Vest.
issue is
I'm so sure Milotic gets Spadef into a team of mono electric week. I'm so
no,
sure.
that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's the
what I was
problem.
about to say is but there's an issue of there's a sloking problem of your Spedefmon with the water typing when you want to be a Fizz Defmon on a water type often.
Mm.
Like, it's got some weaknesses. The immediate power's not great either.
No, a lot of these mons need like a turn.
They
to
need to set up.
We have a lot
or
of
more.
But
Yeah.
it's something where something like Salamence, especially, just snowball really well.
Yeah, Moxie Salamans can do it.
Moxie Terra Salamence is it's a real saving grace on this team because you know
Yeah,
what, if someone
I was
misplays
looking
really
at it.
bad, it almost
Mm.
doesn't matter how bad your team was constructed because Salamence will still win that game.
I was looking at it as like a Terra captain.
Yeah, it's one of the
I
great
think Terrament. Maybe we've come up, but I think Ment is the single. I would say it's the single best like free Terra captain on the board.
I
Maybe
can see
people
it.
could argue Como, but I really rate the speed, the natural speed in Moxie.
You're
Yeah.
going to feel stupid as
Yeah.
hell when that
Mhm.
+2 free SD from Mimikyu makes him deal a fat 20% to your health bar. You're going to feel
Yeah,
so dumb.
then
Life orb on top.
Then
when it
Yeah.
hits you
Oh,
with
25,
Shadow
my
Claw,
bad. He hits the fattest play rough that misses that you've ever seen in your life.
Free Terra Skeledirge, but I do agree that Salamence is a massive.
This team has some priority as well,
Men's is a
to
good-
somewhat help with the speed issue, but
This is not the problem. We're just not supporting it.
No,
We don't have
yeah.
pieces.
I think
Three,
I
four?
think this team needs to consolidate some of these fake guys into real guys.
Because I am a 5.
I agree. I think this is a 4.
Yeah, I think this is like a 4.
This is why I didn't want to put Moon
Change
at
our
a
scale.
4.
We might need to change our scale.
No,
mean-
I think, frankly, I think we should be harsher because again, all of these come with the asterisk of there are only 12 people going after this.
That's
board.
also true. Yeah.
So, frankly, the fact that drafts like this somehow end up existing is genuinely baffling to me.
I mean, but it's not. I mean, the issue. I say the issue. The reason is because they're in bronze, and often a lot of them are like in their first leagues or just learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, Moody,
that's
let
always
this be a
changing
lesson
my
to them.
opinion.
You need a better electric immunity than Sandslash.
To be fair, I can actually like do prep games and shit this week, whereas like
Yeah.
last week I was like fucking up to my nose in shit.
Yeah,
so-
desperately needed
Hmm.
prep games to know I should click Thunderbolt with Regieleki.
No, but like, so a lot of
Totally.
things for me are like, if I get like the prep games in, like, I don't know, it just sinks in what I'm doing. Whereas like,
You don't
otherwise,
just click.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know how to put it. Obviously, it is a skill issue, but
No, I mean
I-
you still won your game. You were still in a position to win. It's just you didn't win in the funniest, coolest way.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
didn't win in the way that I wanted you to win.
Not the
That's
most
why that's why I'm so
So
mad.
what are we giving it? A 3 or a 4?
I think it's a free. It's worse. It's a 4. It's
Well,
eh.
anyway, Moon.
Sorry.
Asterisk, real quick, Moon. I redeemed costume pick. Can you wear the Kaiba costume?
Thank you.
Hold on, wait.
I'm
Let me
wearing it right
crazy.
now. I'm actually
Wait,
wearing it right now.
wait. Hold
Really?
on. Hold on.
Alright, now take,
That's
now
crazy.
take it off.
Get that
I think
camera on. Oh.
Yeah,
No
you
shit.
just got Twitch
Costume
Prime.
pick is for when I. Thank you for the prime
I know.
sub, Moody. Thank you.
Wait, let me tap in.
Hang on.
Big money.
Let's line Moon's pockets real quick.
Hold on, quick plug, quick
Oh my
plug.
god. There's no.
Oh, my.
Yeah, for my big
I
streams,
forgot I
catch me whenever I feel like it.
I've been subscribed before. Moon, we should do streams where you just beat me and Brandon's ass in SF6 and then tell us we're dog shit and log off for 2 hours. We ask you for advice, you say, you're
Your
trash.
game for me is like a summer ant. I'm gonna beat your ass. You keep coming back. Keep spelling the syrup.
You're a third-rate JP with a fourth-rate zoning. And then you fucking log off. You turn off stream.
All right. Yeah, I think it's a 4. We've given it the run. The beat down.
It's not the
Yeah.
monograss team.
Yeah.
So good job.
I don't know.
It
That
beats
is
me on the grass team.
I would make the asterisk of all the teams we've seen and set up bad so far. I think I would enjoy by far using the grass team the
No,
most.
that's it. Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah,
I
me too,
agree,
me
but
too.
I
And
would
I think I
love
would
using
perform
that.
the best with the
Now,
grass
Brandon,
team
you
too.
might like
So,
this team.
Give me a
This
second.
team looks okay.
Give
This
me
team
a
looks
second. I need to
not
finish
bad.
doing something real quick.
Did Bundle and Thunders get
Okay.
picked that late? Is this
No,
are
no.
these in order?
Nah.
These
No,
are
this is in order.
Zarenex gifted a tier 1
thanks,
sub to
Brandon.
MCLNL.
Thank you, Brandon. Let me thank
man.
you. And
No
Simon
problem.
Rex,
Happy
thanks
to
for the
help.
gift, son.
Happy to help, bro. No problem.
Hype
Yes.
For the
train.
cause.
There's
Mm.
this
Hype
team
train.
low key. This team kind of cooks. I like
Yeah.
this team.
I love this team. I like this team.
Yeah, this
It's
was
not bad,
fun to
actually.
use.
This was fun to use. It feels powerful. The immediate power is absolutely there. The defensive backbone is there.
Sorry,
The
Moon. I
hazard-
know you're talking, but I redeemed take a drink. Take a drink immediately.
Stream it. By request,
I took a
please.
drink.
Mr.
I took a
Streamer man.
drink.
Mr. Streamer man.
Thank
I'll
you,
take
Mr.
that
Stream.
all.
Thank you for dancing for me, Mr. Streamer man.
Hydrate yourself with an iron bundle hydro pump.
There's a
Alright.
big speed tier gap between Iron Bundle and Thunder Asterion. That's a problem.
Yeah,
but
there's nothing in
all right.
between those two. It's true.
I choose not to
Um,
see it.
It's just
I
I think
Torrent
it's
has
I think
a
it's
little
real.
hard.
I think it's in practice slightly Earthquake weak because although there's like a Thunderous, the Altari is not real and Sceptile's not a real resist. So there's no Beetle.
There's not
Never
enough
mind.
There's not enough weakness. Like Petron's like a fake ground resist.
yeah,
who has
I
a
just I
billion-
feel, I
Yeah.
feel like I feel pretty good clicking EQ into this generally.
Yeah,
but,
It's a safe button, but it's not destroying the team.
it's not destroying it. It just feels good,
It's
but that's okay.
basically
That's
that,
not
It's
that's
just
not
like
that
a
bad.
guaranteed
I'm
button
like
to
pushing to find a real...
Tapu Fini has insane synergy with Mega Scizor. Lavaza duo between those two.
That's not Mega Scissor.
That is
don't-
Mega
It is.
Oh, Mega Scissor. Sorry. Oh my god. I think I did the thing again. I was looking at Sceptile. I was like, that is not Mega Sceptile.
That's
Because
a weird little thing.
yeah. Tapu Fini plus Unburden. So true.
Yeah, there's also some synergy there. I don't rate Sceptile as a mon,
No,
but
never
whatever.
do I. That's why I was
Petron,
scared.
Petron and Fini hurt a little bit because you can't rely on the malignants too often.
Well,
But
we've
like,
learned
it's
from
not.
Swift.
It's not like heartbreak. It's not like devastating. Like there
No.
will be. Terrain's not up 24/7.
Also,
You just need to
like,
think about it a bit.
It just needs to be a
Telepathy.
defensive mon departing shot into our mons that just start winning. Like Incineroar, Petrant, Blender.
Yeah,
That's
they have some
classic.
very. They have
Why
good
is it
momentum.
so easy for
Oh my
Thunderous?
god, I'm
Mark
already
Cancel.
angry.
Wow.
I'm literally already irritated.
At what?
No, actually,
The
genuinely.
parting shot brothers.
I mean, this
Exactly.
is literally what I did to Jester. Like in our first prep game, I just kept pivoting for like
We
10
can
turns.
just, clear Amulet, but we'll ignore that for now.
You can clear Amulet. Unfortunately, the threat of hazards is there.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's just-
Is it?
Well,
actually-
Quagsire is the only one to really set them up.
Yeah, that might be a
I-
minor
I
weakness for the
appreciate-
team.
I appreciate Jester going, it's the only one to really set them up. It's the only one to set them up.
Well, yeah. I think that's right.
Well, apparently
Well, I mean,
Orbital,
okay,
apparently
the only
Orbital
one that
gets
hasn't set on
webs
this
for some
team is
reason.
Orbital.
Does. I believe
That's
in
true.
Orbital.
This team's got webs access. Real
Yeah.
webs access.
Also, that's not a beta,
Real
that's
webs access
Ladybug.
to real Patriots. That's what it wants you to think, Kieran.
Mm,
Yeah, it's
okay.
tricked you.
Oh,
got
am I getting tricked by a bug again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're bugging you
Oh.
out.
Man.
It's just like the time that one bug tricked you into joining a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
That's true.
And I still have all these
Yeah.
berries to sell.
Loki was an asshole for that.
This team
Anyway.
looks mad fun to use though, partially because they have big button clickers and big momentum clickers.
Setup's good. Their immediate power's good.
Hazard removal, it like
Is
exists.
the setup that good?
Thunderous
The setup
Nasty
is-
Plot will win.
Yeah.
Thunderous Nasty Plus, right? And I guess
Mega Sis RSD.
Multi-SD Mega Sizzle can just
Yeah,
like
that's
win
true.
half of the weeks. it
Petrant's
comes
also
to.
there. As
I
a-
love bringing Mega
Yeah,
Scissor
any
as my
people
bulky
that
pivot,
come
as my
like
bulky pivot, and as my wink on.
There's
It's
my
true.
bulky pivot wink on.
Petrant could do it as well some weeks. If they're just a team of physical attackers, you legit just start nasty plotting and win.
I think
I
think
like business policy.
if you
yeah.
wanted to improve this team, like you'd probably, I think the easiest thing to do would be to take Altaria and Sceptile and turn them into another hazard setter,
Yeah, 'cause
Um,
BB at 9.
Or even like Darkspawn.
or even
Okay.
Dexpun. But I don't know. I like Dexpun. He's a fun guy.
Because like the team's not, other than like Mega Scizor, the team's massively fire weak. You've got Quagsire and Finny that's gonna pretty much switch into fire types.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Actually, Dexpun is completely pointless.
Yeah.
Vinny.
Like,
It's
I get
wish.
the vision,
It's a
but
wish
it's
passer, I
not-
guess.
Wish
It's
for
not
with what,
providing-
95 HP?
I think Darkspun's kind of
Real?
nice for like Scissor, but that's kind of it. I don't know.
But Vinny
Yeah,
already
like-
takes fire hits for
like
Scissor.
Finny and Quag already kind of do that.
Quagsire- By the way, Incineroar also resists fire, which
Yeah.
we're just
Yeah,
ignoring.
no, we've
Yeah.
got enough resists. We don't
I
need the
think it's
Dexpun at all,
fine.
actually.
Great
Fire's not
call
really a
for
problem.
foreign-
I don't hate it just because it's doing, like, unlike Scizor and Altaria, it's doing something.
Yeah.
It's a wish passer, which I think is
Please tell me you
something.
meant Sceptile.
Not Sizzle.
Sorry, I'm in Sceptile again. Sorry, I'm just saying shit. Yeah, Altaria and Sceptile aren't doing anything, but Dexpun at least is a wish passer, which is, I guess, something.
Yeah.
But yeah, realistically, any combination of two of those three can turn into any hazard setter ever, and I think this team looks better immediately. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I kind of like it.
Yeah,
This is absolutely the best team we've seen so far. This is probably like a 7.
Mhm.
7 or an 8.
I think so. Yeah.
It's
Not
not
an A.
making my eyes bulge out of my sockets, which again is like a sin for a board like this with 12 people. But
I think it's just like the power we've seen so far. I'd give this an 8.
Based on the ones we've
the drafts we've already seen.
I was about to say, yeah,
it is like an 8.
Wait,
but
yeah,
wait,
relative
yeah.
to what we've seen, but in general,
This is- yeah.
Wait,
I
wait.
wouldn't.
Stealth
I'd say
rocks.
7.
What do we do? Apply
Yeah.
gun to
The-
mouth.
the Fog Feeny, the Fog Scissor, the Fog Altaria,
Okay, but-
and that's it.
But we lose the
Default.
boots, and now we have weak.
Gulp.
yeah, no actual resist apart from Quagsire.
And then we shit our pants.
Yeah,
that's
okay, yeah.
fair
This,
then.
but that's fine because we're the
Yeah.
heavy duty birds and we just put shoes on everything.
You're right. Oh my god.
Choose on everything. That's
I
true.
think that's
Yeah.
enough to make it a 7 though. Like Incineroar,
Yeah.
Monster
Yeah.
with Assault Vest to cover both
Yeah,
sides.
that
would
would
be
be
I don't
annoying.
actually think that this is good enough to be an 8, to be like a rank as an 8, especially
That's
compared to
what
some of the
I'm
ones we've been
saying.
ranking as 8s and stuff. I'm happy with 7.
Yeah, 7.
That still
Yeah.
puts it head and shoulders above everything we've seen
Yeah,
so
it's.
far.
I think. I
Yeah.
think the fact that we just looked
Yeah.
at like the monograss team and 2 teams with no real like electric immunity, like
This would
is
be a
like
14 if we could just base it off
Yeah.
of.
yeah.
What we've
Strength.
seen so far.
Yeah, but I think it's like
Right.
broken our needle a little bit. I think 7 makes sense, and like with like 1 transaction, it's immediately like significantly improved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like 7.
God, if
Nah,
this
I
team
agree.
got a great Tusk, but alright, next.
Yeah. Oh,
That is the bright side of having 11 guys. You can't just
What
drop
kind of
a guy.
ridiculous human being would be able to craft a team that had like, in like say a 12 or 13 person draft, had like Mega Scizor, Great Tusk, Tapu Fini, and then lose
Yeah, who could do
to
that?
Smash
Who
Bros?
could?
It's not
Hmm.
possible. It's just not
Wait.
possible.
Speaking of the team,
I was a different person back
speaking of
then.
Not being able to lose to a grass team, Mega Charizard, the team that lost to grass team.
Yeah, let's not let's not bully or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
no.
Like it's
Yeah, never
the
mind.
Mega Charizard on this team is a massive blessing, though. I do like this. I do
No,
like
I
this
actually really
Suncore.
like it on this team.
It's really good.
I will say Megazard is kind of a fake actual setter.
Is it?
Like picking up this much
Yeah.
synergy when you have a Sun setter that cannot hold a Heat Rock
All boots.
or Boots
Or
is
eject back. Oh,
yeah, exactly. Like you can't. It's actually very hard to get Sun up more than
Oh,
one
and
time.
Buffed, and when we apply the
Like,
sun,
I actually don't think that's the case, Kieran, but I mean, I think that might be the case in.
I think in the context of this team, that's like that's how I feel. I also think like you don't really need that much extra juice for Sun when Mega Charizard Y is already the Sun setter and abuser.
Yeah,
Like
I think
you can probably get away with Megazard and one other guy, and then you've probably already got a good enough Sun team
I
going.
mean, the
Yeah.
guys, Sandy Shock's Rory Moon and Volcarona all work outside of Sun.
That's
Venusaur not
true.
so
I mean,
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but Venusaur does work outside of Sun. It just has a
Not-
different role outside of Sun.
But that's
Yeah.
that's kind of the problem. Like it's I feel like I would have a really hard time bringing this Venusaur in a Sun abusing position, because by the time like it wants to growth to be actually threatening, and by the time it's actually done that after Zard has set the Sun,
Oh, sorry.
what is it? Like it's got like 1 turn of Sun left to actually do anything with it.
Yeah. No, that's perfectly fair. I was actually going to bring that up and mention about the Venus. I agree.
Yeah,
I
the
like
Venusaur's like
Porygon.
like the Venusaur's not incredible, but like you know that's kind of fine, because again I feel like Shoxor Moon is probably good enough.
I like
Yeah.
Porygon as a Terra
Oh.
Captain.
I don't
Well,
love
I
it in
was
the
going
context
to
of what
say
you
is,
could get
I
as a
think-
Terra Captain.
I think the Venusaur might like being turned into something that has like. I was gonna say real bulky rock resist. This team kind of did folds very specifically to Ogerpon Cornerstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no water type on this
Um,
team.
Something. Yeah. No water type's bad.
That would love, yeah. Venusaur would love to turn into a good water type.
Average
Yeah.
defensive stat of 74.
Yeah, we don't need Absol and Excadrill on this team. We have we have attackers. You don't need these two.
I mean, that's just
Oh god, yeah. The Fizz Def on this team is really bad.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, no, I think Excadrill is just greed. Excadrill is
This dip
pure
on this
greed.
team is bad, and also
No,
only.
that's a rapid spin to try and help support Zard Y.
Yeah.
Well, then you should get a
Oh,
different
and-
spinner. You should get a
Yeah.
bulkier spinner. Shouldn't you?
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that, but that it's not just pure greed.
I agree.
I think it's greedy to pick Excadrill over a different spinner. Is I guess what I'm saying.
I think
Yeah, 'cause
Excadrill
Excadrill
is.
is
Born from a
expensive,
heart
right?
of greed.
I think
Yeah.
Excadrill is priced the way it is because of Sun.
Yes, yeah, I said this
Yeah.
yesterday.
The Sun synergy that comes with it.
See, okay, I'm going to say the thing that I said the other day, and I was wrong when I said it then, but I'm going to say it now, and it's going to be correct. This Excadrill should have been a Treads.
I think Trent
On this team, yeah, I mean, yes.
Yeah, Trent is already taken at this point, I think.
Two ground weeks due to weak
Mhm.
to ground.
Okay, well,
Wait,
I
two
don't know,
ground
maybe
types lead to
Terrapagos or
ground,
something. It should be a reliable hazard
There goes
remover.
the shout.
I mean,
But Terrapagos is another like special attacker that this team doesn't really need. This team would
Terrapagos
also
is
like.
also a one-time check to anything, which this team would adore. because you do.
It's a
get into-
secondary sunsetter if you're
Or just like a
stupid.
good defogger. If a really good defogger, this team would enjoy.
Yeah, like
I wonder.
Is it care for putting
Corviknight.
I mean, it's not still up for grabs. I don't know if necessarily you want to bring Corviknight on your.
Oh
Sun
yeah,
team.
no, you have Sun. Never mind.
It
Yeah.
no, if this team
It's
does have
already
a really
been
good
taken,
defogger.
but it would have liked to have been this. Excadrill would have liked to have been Quavel, probably.
Are you going to say
Guys, do we-
Volcarona?
No, do we think would we call Volcarona a really good mon? Would we call Volcarona a good mon?
That's true.
Not a good
Yeah.
defogger. I would not call it a good defogger.
No,
I'm
that's
heading
not.
this
That
one
wasn't
off
my
the map.
question. That
I am
wasn't
heading
my-
this one. I'm not entertaining this.
Honestly, I think it
No,
could have
Charizard
been-
Y is the good
It could
defogger.
have been a Mandibuzz.
Could have been a Mandibuzz.
I think Mandibuzz would fit this team like decently well.
Hmm.
It
It could
gives
have
us
been
our
Mandibuzz.
Fizdef that we're sorely
been-
lacking.
For the kind of price.
Then we're
point
still
for an
Rockweed.
Excadrill, how much is an Excadrill cost?
Actually,
How much is an
16,
Excadrill going
I
for
think.
these days?
Yeah.
It's a 15 pointer.
You're not getting 15 points
Uh,
out of this Excadrill.
No.
If you wanted, hazard removal in that specific tier. I mean, there was Quavel, but that's taken now. Corv, that's taken now.
Glim,
Shit, that's taken now. Glim is still there.
but it's not a
And
Fizdef
if you were
one, which I
willing
really
to,
appreciate.
if you were willing to bump, like, say you were, it's Absol a 1 point mon. I have to assume,
no, Absol
right?
is
No,
not
it's
a
2
1 point mon. I think
If
it's
you were
like a
willing to
4.
bump
It
Absol
is 1
down
point.
to
There's
1
no way.
point, yeah,
I was
Two,
about to
no,
say.
two point,
absolutely.
2 point.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's 2
If you
points.
bump Absol down to 2, jump up to 16, suddenly you can get a Defog Latias.
Mm.
Yeah, that would.
Or you
Yeah,
can
that
get
yeah,
a
would probably be quite good.
Is Latias free
Latias.
Terra?
No, it's
No.
not.
No.
It's stab Terra. I do think this team need. I don't hate Porygon Z as a Terra captain in most contexts, but I think again like. Whenever I
like
see
free
a Terra
Terra
captain that's
Porygon Z a
not
lot. I
broken or
think it's
doing something really
horrifying.
specific, I don't like
Yeah,
it.
what we could
It
do.
I
needs
think you
the
might be
support around it
underestimating
to
how
make it.
strong
Hear me out.
Porygon Z
I know it's
is.
really. I know it's really
Hear
strong.
me out
I
real
know
quick.
it's
We
really
train
strong.
Excadrill and Absol for Mega Charizard X, so it's a 50-50 every week.
Shut up. man.
True. Species clause. Fuck.
Damn.
Damn.
You also can't have more than one name.
Oh,
Oh
Damn.
well, there you go. No fun allowed.
No fun allowed.
Party's over, Grandpa.
No,
This
more
team's close.
parties
This
in
team is very
Park
close to greatness.
Mm.
I think I don't like the fact that their Sunset is Zadwy and they seemingly have Sun Abusers, but the Sun
Yeah.
Abusers are like fine standalone. Shox is fine alone. Moon is obviously fine alone. Venusaur takes a
No.
hit, but it just has to pivot to a different role. Like it just doesn't come as a chlorophyll sweeper. It comes instead as a
bulky leech seed.
Bulky grass guy, a grounded poison type
bulky
on
grass,
the team. Oh wait,
yeah.
we already have Glow-King. Hang on, I don't like this
think
Venusaur at
Glow-King-
all anymore.
I think Glow-King's a bit weird with this team because it is, in order to remove itself from the situation,
It's
it's,
a-
having to give itself up to like, it's having to chilly reception out, right? It doesn't get teleported.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Yeah, this Glow-King is not like if this team was trying to be a Sun team at all, Glow-King was not it.
Couldn't
This
we
team
just
is also extremely ground weak because our ground switching is Mega Charizard Y, which is not a
Mhm.
switch if say rocks are up or the ground type gets rock coverage, which none of them do, of course.
No, not possible. Also, like our grass type is like
Exceedingly
neutral to ground because we picked Venusaur. Yeah, no, this for sure. Like I think Venusaur needs to go, and I think Excadrill needs to go.
What do you mean? Livani's right there.
Nivani's
Livani
not a
resist
Nivani's
ground.
does 4 times resist ground, but it's also neutral to rocks.
It's not neutral,
Oh.
Crucially
Oh, it's
explosive.
weak. It's weak to
Weak
rocks.
rocks,
Yeah,
yeah.
it will get annihilated by the Stone Edge.
Edgequake
but it has-
literally 6-0s this draft on from lead. Any good Edgequake one.
and it can't, even if like,
Yeah, T-Tard crushes you.
it just
Mm.
needs it needs a defense.
Yeah,
or
actually,
it needs to resist.
Mega T-Tar Dragon Dancers 1, you may as well go take a walk or something, because you're not getting anywhere with this game.
Hmm.
It is not
Yeah.
looking great in terms of that. I don't mind the Sun team. I think the immediate power is great. Setup power it's Volcarona. Setup power is always insane.
And Moon.
And Roaring Moon.
And Moon.
Rory Moon
yeah.
And
dancing.
Moon.
And with Terra, we know what it can do. Porygon
And yeah.
Z, Terra normal adaptability is not a big.
I don't
boost,
like Terra Normal.
but it can
Not
Terra to
adaptability.
other things for just.
Yeah, tearing to
Right,
other
all the
things for
stab.
coverage is real.
It's
It's
the
it's
stab,
like
yeah.
a really B-Tech Hooper Unbound in that you just pick a guy slower than it and you say I'm making your life hell.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. The 90 speed is
Devil finger.
alright.
It could be Terra normal still and just not be adaptability. Like downloader analytic, calling out a switch out is gonna lead to just.
Oh,
evil
sure,
damage.
yeah. That's
Paranormal adaptability hyper beam.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No,
Terra
Terra
normal.
normal
Lose next turn.
Hyper beam.
I was about to say, if you're Terra normal, I would hate to be adaptability. I would love to get download and get the special
Yeah.
attack.
Technically,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said-
Fuck it. You might as well
True.
go.
Yeah.
If you're being that greedy,
I
go all the
elaborated on
way.
it.
He's gone.
2
Yeah.
times boost. Oh, okay. I guess I'm just gonna
Hi.
fucking shoot myself in the skull.
Welcome
Don't do
back.
that one.
You might have
Hello.
to. That might have to happen.
All right, welcome back,
There we
Brandon.
Kick
I
the
would say,
router.
for those who are unaware, because this is a niche game mechanic interaction, that I perpetuate misinformation because I say it doesn't do anything, because in effect it doesn't do anything because Terra adaptability into your stab type goes from 2 times boost to 2.25, which is just such a small increase that it effectively is not doing anything.
Why Mr. Craw isn't like the most insane Giga Breaker with Terra, and like
Yeah.
Porygon
Yeah.
isn't like doesn't
If
want
they
to
were
actually
real,
turn into a normal type.
Terra adaptability would make it a 3 times boost.
Yeah.
No, legit. Real.
Sword Dance, Crawdaunt, Sucker Punch now sending people to new planets.
It doesn't
They
get
should also let Megas
They-
Terra.
Sorry,
threat would be
D-Dance.
banded Aquajet.
Aquajet will do,
Yeah.
that'll do.
Banded Aquajet with 3 times stab boost, I would actually shoot myself.
I'm
gonna say
Welcome back,
You
Paladin.
got a water absorb.
Welcome
Moon is
back,
gonna get taken down.
Paladin.
Moon is gonna get taken down off of Twitch if I keep saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laka, sorry.
Doing his damned hardest.
Sorry, guys. He's got a cold. He just sneezes like that sometimes. Forgiven.
But to summarize this team, it's got some box ticking, but it's not the best guys to be ticking those boxes, which I think is letting it down quite
Some of the
significantly.
weaknesses are also quite bad, but not unfixable with the transactions available.
Yeah.
Let me just
Blah,
quickly
blah,
remind
blah,
myself
blah,
of the hazards. This has access to hazards are there.
It has them, but again, they're not on the guys that need to have them.
Pivoting.
Except for Sandy Sharks was a really good one.
Pivoting is solid,
But the
actually.
defense-
U-turn,
Defense
Chili.
is such a
Moon.
letdown.
Chili Reception, Glow King, Volt Switch,
Yeah.
Sandy Shock. We got some shit going on.
Yeah, there's
Teleport,
good pivoting.
Porygon.
Shut up.
Chili Reception Glow King is a bit antithetical to the current.
But
team.
I
think you could
genuinely-
go
Yeah.
into Mega Charizard Y and remove it.
Yeah, there you go.
But
Yeah, I
switching-
think it's actually not as bad as you might think, because I just don't think that the Sun's around that often when
Yeah, I
Cloaking
just-
would be using Chili Reception,
Yeah,
just
I just
because.
wouldn't view this team as a Sun team. I just
No.
wouldn't build
I
it that
think,
way.
yeah.
But I think that the Venusaur like betrays that. What is this? Mr. Ric Flair here thought that this might be a Sun team, which I think you may be sadly you may sadly have realized it is not a Sun team.
Also, the logo's adorable.
I love
The logo's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
here's what
the
we're
logo.
doing. No more Excadrill, no more Venusaur, no more Absol, no more Leavanny. We get a
No,
defensive
I don't
spinner.
like
We're getting
going.
we're getting a grass type to resist, and then we are getting slacking for 1
Yeah,
point.
Blacking in the back.
Yeah,
I did.
I
This was
do-
going.
like some of the logos in this tier have been great so far. I think some of the other logos in the other tiers were a bit not as cool.
What
I
the
didn't-
hell?
I didn't
Call
see
him
this
out by
logo.
name.
Yeah, that-
This logo was not cool.
Expect to her face
I'll
that you
just go
hate the
tell
logo.
Axion. I'll just go tell Axion that you think he's a piece of shit who has
Yeah.
no skill with any
Yeah,
kind
No,
of
I'll
design.
also
what I
go
said.
tell. I'll also go tell Axion this.
It's true.
We have the transcripts. It's what you said.
Exactly what I said.
Anyway,
Guys, next
wait,
VDL,
numbers,
guys,
numbers.
whatever,
5?
whatever the next season of DDL is, can we
No.
please have everyone do the muse cake and make a hand drawn thing? It'd be so
Oh
funny.
god, I can't draw.
I
Oh
can't
yeah,
draw.
fuck it.
Like
That's
I do.
the
I
best
can't
part.
draw. I can only play
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Sorry, I
Oh.
don't want to. I just don't want to be here all night.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to put a number.
Yeah, go
in
on.
for this.
I'm
Yeah.
calling this like a
Whatever.
4.
4.
I think it's worse than yours. I think
Okay.
your draft isn't as officially like my yardstick. If I think it's worse than yours, you can't hit a 5.
Sure.
I feel like you might
Okay.
be underestimating the difficulties of Strip, hard stall, and
Oh, I don't think. Yeah, you're probably right. But also, I guess it's in
I
terms
think
of construction.
yeah.
I'm,
I think relative to that, this is actually probably like a 6.
you think it's better
I,
than? That's
I
fair.
don't know that I want to give it a. Actually, no. I'll give it a 6. I think there is a very much an angle of just all-out offensive, like Hazard stack with Sandy Shocks and shit into Megazord Y as a breaker, plus Roaring Moon and Volcarona as sweeping setup threats, but Porygon Z is also a breaker.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to deal with, no.
Okay,
There's a
yeah.
lot of
You know what? If
problems.
I stop looking at this and I stop trying to imagine it the way that I think it's like been constructed with the intent of being
Yeah.
played, and I try and like think about how I would actually try and play this, I think it looks better.
If you
that's fair.
if you just set it up to like sack glow king, like you glow king, it takes a hit, regenerates it back. You send in your next mon to click a button. Something has to die now, just because of the sheer power it has.
Yeah,
This
if
is
we're
not-
trying to just pivot into threats and use them to annihilate guys, then this looks a lot better. Like,
Cannot
okay,
go-
you wanna set up the rocks? That's fine. I've already like got my value out of Mega Charizard. He's already clicked like Weather Ball 3 times and died. I don't care anymore.
Look, if you manage to get 3 Weather Balls off on Zard Y, you've almost certainly gotten a kill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Zard's killed a guy, we're fine. Next guy.
Yeah, this. I don't think it's better than mine. Just because of how.
No, I think
just
I agree.
pressure. The speed.
Brandon's convinced me.
The speed
Yeah.
is brilliant, but the 101 to 119 gap is there. But 101's a really awkward speed tier to begin with.
Hmm.
But then you've got ways of boosting speed, like past it.
You got 2 booster mons here.
Hmm.
I'm just so afraid of Volk. Even without Terry, give it a Quiver Dance turn.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
goes out
Crazy,
and-
scary, spooky, hilarious.
Yeah, we just conga line of ourselves our way
Yeah,
through our
and
opponent.
I think
Yeah.
Conga Line of Assholes is a perfectly valid drafting philosophy. We've seen it win our draft.
Yeah, these aren't the arseholes I'd pick if I was trying to play conga line of arseholes, and this isn't the
Yeah.
composition that I'd be going with. But I think it's
It's
a
not
it's
my
a good
beautiful
direction for this relative to like what I thought this was. And now that I see conga line of arseholes, I'm willing to commit to it.
It's a small gathering of assholes.
Yeah.
It's such a, it's so real. It's such a like a
think I
good
like
way of
it.
describing like a real game plan.
I was the way I was describing my joke game plan into Jester, and then it stopped being a joke because the week after I played him again in playoffs and I brought almost the same team.
Ah, sigh.
I think this style of
I, as
Give it
much
a
as you
6
like,
then?
stop
Yeah,
letting
I
me
think
put
6.
belt to your ass whenever we play.
Ah, sigh.
Move on,
Less
Blaze
I.
Beaks. First problem, no Torchic.
No Torchic. Move on. Move on.
-2.
This doesn't
Okay.
have
We talked
brand-
about this logo off camera. It's so
This
funny.
is a really funny logo. All the logos so
It's
far have been
We're
great.
we're on that Nile snipers shit. Like,
Thanks.
We're back in.
We're in the MLG era.
Alright,
we're back in later than you'd think. It's more recent than you'd hope.
What's really interesting is that this isn't a hard stall team, but it seems to have the same speed tiers as Moon.
Wait, yeah, hang on a second.
Oh,
Yeah, these
Sorry,
are kind of bad. It's bad.
When I looked at this team, the first thing I saw was Terra Komodo, Terra King Gambit, and I was like, well, that seems like a good team. Moving on. And then yeah.
Literally, the first thing I saw when I looked, I was like, holy shit. Great Tusk, Terra Gambit, Terra Komodo, Corviknight, Galarian Dominatan, Sinistra. This
looks
crazy.
really good.
And then my eyes moved 4 degrees and 1
Oh
arc
my
second to the right.
goodness! Squidward!
We forgot
yeah,
the
your
speed.
fastest mon being
Wait,
Arbok.
this means
No,
that
to be fair-
officially.
To be fair, Galarian Dominatan has a choice scarf spot welded to it, so whatever.
You can
Yeah,
see
but
it
if you
right
put,
there.
but it's not spot welded in the way like in like the
Yeah,
teal
100
Ogapon way where you can put another scarf on top of that. It is spot welded in that it means that this thing is like stuck at a maximum speed that can be outsped.
Yeah, it can be easy to like build around outspeeding like a choice scarf
But
damage.
this
As long as you've got
this
the pieces,
officially
yeah.
means
But then
that Terra Komodo got picked up in every division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
This officially means, depending on the performance of Terra Komodo, it may not be allowed next season.
I mean, Terra Mensa, I think, also got picked up in every
Well, if
division.
Terra
And that
Komodo-
was
Also, may
bad.
not be next
if
season.
Turbo gets banned,
You know what?
Shed
Terra
Tail gotta
Volcanion
go.
also got picked up.
what?
I think Terra Volcanion also got picked up in every
Yeah.
division.
I think those are like the three. Those are like 3 of the clear standout like offensive terrors, offensive free terrors, which I think is like again those ones and like Archaladon are like the ones that I look at and I'm like you're trying to emulate that.
Yeah.
That's like what you want to be.
That's your baseline.
You want to be as close to that as possible when you're like choosing your terrors in this league. That aside, yeah, holy shit, could this team do with some like real speed control? What the hell?
Yeah.
The like guy
Yeah.
quality is insane. But
I like the guys. I don't love the Spadef on this team. It's not like horrible. Corviknight can fill in for Spadef pretty easily.
it's another
Vaporeon's
Spadef
pretty
bulky
good.
water type.
Just that Vaporeon as a mon is quite limited.
DNC,
Gambit,
obvious.
this is not Dex basically, so Gambit can run an AV pretty competently.
Gambit can also run
Yeah.
Pursuit, so if you try and bring in your Slowmon to deal with, the Slowmons, it's gonna sit
Yeah,
there
Pursuit.
and beat your ass.
AV Gambit
Yeah.
runs Pursuit. and
Ivy
that,
Gambit
so
can be
no.
real as well, and Gambit's bulk is absurd. So
And
Moon
Mesprit's
hit me
kind of
with-
a Gloomon.
Moon hit me with the dash with the AV DNC that one time. That being said, this is not a Terra Captain DNC like
Yeah,
not Moon,
there is.
Wicked's was. But
I
yeah,
like the typings. I think I don't think there's anything that this draft's particularly weak to typing wise.
You know
Hazard,
what type
Yeah.
this,
Control,
what type
is
this
the Fog,
this
Spin.
team loves? This team loves you clicking ice moves. Celio gets his opportunity to take literally no damage.
Celio's coming, huh?
Celio's one of-
resist the ice
Yeah.
move.
Celio's one of those
I
like
resist,
one pointers.
sorry.
I love the idea that we boot.
We're
up
bringing
the team.
Celio to a game to
Big
resist
fat
the ice.
Celio,
I think
yeah.
This
Celio's
makes
the
all
first
the
player.
balls out of Iron Bundle.
Sinister, King Gambit, and we
Yeah.
think Celio. I want
Celio's
you.
what's gonna
We're bringing
win the day.
Celio, are we?
My
Hey,
glorious
that's
King
my kind
Celio.
of draft.
Yes,
I
I
think.
can see it coming exactly to wall Iron Bundle, but what do you do if Iron Bundle clicks flip turn and now you're stuck with a Celio on the board? Like, what are you doing?
No, but Celio's one of those like one
Celio as
pointers.
fucking, I don't know what. Name me a good setup, mon, real quick.
Como.
Whoa.
Rona.
Yeah, sure.
As the enemy Komodo comes in, terrors and start. Well, that's a bad example because Komodo's on this fucking team.
Salamence,
dickweed.
Salamence, yeah, dude, the Salamence
Yeah.
comes in on your
As
Celio.
enemy Salamence comes in, Terra steals and starts hitting its fucking Texas two-step in front of this and up until there.
And you're like, no, but my Celio, it walls the Iron Bundle.
My
Celio's one of those one
Celio.
pointers that on another
He's
team
like-
can if your team is really weak to bundle, can be a like emergency one pointer that you bring in like once in a blue moon or like threaten to bring it and like it means that bundle can't be like specs or something. This team does not have that problem.
No.
I don't think this
But
team
also
is particularly
Celio, we've talked about Celio way too much. It was like 1 point.
It was really
Because
fun.
Moon suggested we might bring it, and we all like
The
saw
ice
red.
resist.
Everyone
It
locked
wasn't
up and
even
just
that
like,
deep.
huh?
It would just be putting
No.
out I see little water types that I like.
Yeah.
You're
No,
funny guys.
no. This team needs like a
How dare
fast
you
guy.
have to try and be whimsical and fun.
Apart
Yeah.
from
Because
apart
the
from
only
missed
real
again.
Lee.
the only real speed control this team has is like T-Wave or Glare.
Mm.
You rely
Yeah,
on.
whatever speed
Maybe
control, any
Tail
ability to control
Corviknight?
speed is like requires a turn beforehand to like matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
even have priority on this team.
We got John
Exactly.
priority.
You've got quick attack Vaporeon right there.
Apart from-
Gambit, Sucker Punch.
Yeah, we
But
have the
that is
Pterodactyl.
that is exploitable. You know,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
Sucker Punch is really cool until I clicked Willow on the Sucker Punch, and now you know it's time for you. It's time for you to go to bed, old
I
man.
click Willow on the Sucker Punch and I click Encore on the on
Yeah.
the next turn.
Mm.
So like I'd probably like honestly you don't need this Mega Ram for us. You don't probably I don't know what Mesprit's
No,
doing.
no,
You probably
no.
you probably want to combine some of these guys at the
Sorry,
bottom
we need
into
Mega Ram for us
a
because we're in a
fast
tier where
guy.
people forget about electric types. The one time ever Fabio
Mm.
can do something.
But could we not have gotten a fast electric type?
No, we
There's no such thing.
we used the Mesprit for Trick Room. Duh.
I actually do think part of this
Diancie
part
does
of the
get
conception
Trick
for this team is Trick Room because it does also have
So
a
does Sinister.
Diancie, yeah, and a
Now, the
Sinister
problem is,
and
I
like a
don't
Mega Ram.
think it's Gambit.
The problem is, I think a bunch of your best mons are going to get underspeeded in Trick Room and still
Yeah.
lose.
The problem is your best ones are Komodo,
This
Garm,
team has
Great
such
Tusk.
good big.
Yeah.
This team has such good highs, but it just literally is just limited by speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's important.
It has good removal. It has decent setting.
Mhm.
It has like some Gloomons. It has a decent type chart. It literally is just speed. Like I can't
Yeah.
think of another glaring
This
weakness.
does happen though.
I think this.
I don't think
Seven.
speed is that insane of a weakness.
I think it is, but
But
I
like
think
in
it
the
is in
context,
the fact of
speed is maybe the single worst weakness you can have.
but
but-
oh wait, there's a false wipe video on this. One sec.
Yeah,
I
we're
think it
talking
is in
about
the
30
sense that
minutes.
you're always
I think capping underneath 100 is
Yeah, that's
The speed
heartbreaking.
we have
that's
hit is that.
yeah.
However,
and you're
Moon.
always going to just benchmark.
Yeah, but Moon's not trying to
the-
play the
No, I was
same
about to say.
game.
However, if
Um,
Moon ever
all I
has to
have-
play
Yeah.
this
Oh,
team,
oh.
he shoots himself.
Oh yeah,
I'll
no,
have to-
this is the nightmare for Moon. Holy shit.
No, I
Yeah,
have,
Moon's gonna kill
I
me.
have
Yeah.
plans. I
Well,
could show
no.
you now because the haters sabotage me.
I really do not know that I can give an 8 to a draft that cannot
You're right.
that cannot
It's not
win a
eight.
100-yard dash against a mill tank, dude.
Gonna go with Mill Tank as well.
All right, seven. All right, seven.
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 No,
gonna
this team needs like a fast electric type, and it's like
maybe six. Nah,
Come
yeah,
on.
it's so
That can be
easy to fix this team. It's so easy to fix this team. I want to give it 7 because mentally the Mega Ampharos, Celio, and Arbok have turned into a fast, like
Like a
have turned
Jolteon.
into a fucking Jolteon Zero
Like a
Aura. I
mega,
don't know.
mega Manectric.
yeah, whatever.
Oh, Zero Aura would be fucking incredible for this team.
Yeah, Zero.
Yeah.
No,
Zero
Zero
is
Aura would be
still
funny because the
wonderful.
110, the one is so comically fast. It still leaves you
Yes,
like.
but it actually doesn't help how speed
Yeah.
is, to be
It's
honest.
super
actually
duper
would be
turbo
good.
overkill.
But it would be so funny to see the jump from
Oh, 95
Galarian
to one.
Fuck it, fuck it.
Zero Aura.
Yeah.
Drop those guys.
Yeah.
Get Reggie Alecki.
Get Electrode.
Just really ruin this.
Get Reggie like
Sweet
Moody, I hope you like Celio. You're getting it.
Yeah, because the same amount
Get
this
ready
week,
to
right?
learn Vaporeon, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah, no,
How's
fuck it.
good?
Get Reggie Alecki, get like another guy, and then you know what? Spend some money, afford yourself a
Get Reggie
Torchic.
Alecki. Mug Moody in like the streets, rifle through his
That's a treat.
pockets for Reggie Alecki. Leave behind like the Mega Lopunny and shit.
What do you- okay.
speaking of-
Moody, you
No.
are not from England. What do you mean utterly broke nonsense? What are you talking
Nonsense.
about?
Look, man.
Not
We
true.
Utterly?
Look, any wall is getting utterly broke. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man. Who's gonna do it?
Sorry, you need to. Can you just we can like do a quick patch job translate this to Welsh. We just go broke nonsense.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Just throwing that in there. What the hell?
What the fuck?
Moon, I didn't know Moon co-signed that.
I did not co-sign this.
I can't believe you
can't
would
believe
have
that.
The
I thought
transcript is there. We've got the evidence.
That's
Lock 'em up.
scripted. That.
Lock 'em
Hideously
up, boys.
racist. Basically, no pushback.
No, that's true. Moody, have you considered putting a Wooloo on this team? You thought about this.
Wooloo?
Wooloo.
Is that a mod? Are
I'm
you
putting
making
a-
that up?
I'm putting a pin in
I
this.
think I
I'm
did
putting a
make
pin
it
in
up.
this. We're putting a pin
Okay,
in this.
Moody, Google Wooloo really quickly, and then everyone listen for the sound of his erection hitting the bottom of his desk.
What the
Oh,
No,
Putting a
I
pin in
didn't feel
this.
that.
So the team for Moody. Lando I is Satan's
I
greatest
didn't feel that.
soldier.
I didn't co-sign that.
Oh,
But
the
it'd be
Mon
nice.
quality is
no.
great.
Yet again, to the agents listening, I don't know who these people are. I'm
Actually, to be clear, to the people listening, Wick is actually the worst one of the lot of us.
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
that's true.
Right,
true.
Moody,
He taught
what
us.
do you think of your team? Moody, what do
He's
you think
just
of
the
your
best at disguising it on the stream. I could leak some DMs right now. That could get
Hmm.
Look,
I can
look.
make it really hot.
It's true.
DS is crazy.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah,
alright.
right on
Right.
stream is truly insane.
I-
Alright.
Okay, Moody,
Yes.
floor's yours to talk about your draft.
Okay. After doing like the prep for like today's game and like doing like very light prep for my game next week, hopefully. I do understand some of the criticisms that I forget their name made in the actual
Oh.
server.
Their Discord name is currently Undefeated versus Lucat, which, by the way, is a more insane show of hatred than anything I have said in any of these streams.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
You could definitely mog somebody who's played like 5, technically maybe 6 seasons of draft against you because of off seasons and whatnot, and you could just change one day decide, you know what, Jester, I hate Jester. Actually.
yeah, I know. It was coming. I knew it was coming. The Discord name is probably going to get changed as
Let me
we
change my
speak.
tag.
Well, have you ever lost to Loopy?
Unfortunately, I have not lost to Loopy. I've beat the Not only have I not lost to Loopy, I have beat Loopy's ass in the most absurd ways every time I've played him. I have beat the dog shit out of Leo.
Does-
You could just one day have a heart full of hate and just be like, you know what? Fuck Loopy. Undefeated versus Loopy as
Versus
joins the
Leo.
server.
There's legitimately no one who I have, apart from exactly Chex, who I have like styled on as much as Leo.
yeah,
Yeah, what did they criticize about your draft, Moody?
I'd have to pull up the message to remember them all.
I'm
but
actually in the process of pulling it up right now.
It was
the ones I
synergy
can
between.
remember was anti-synergy of Lopunny and Lele,
That's
Rotom
true.
Wash and Regieleki fulfill same roles, it is pretty true. Um,
I can see it.
Landorus is like pretty much forced to be scarfed, which I don't necessarily agree with, but I don't know, maybe
Not with the last speed tiers we've just seen.
I mean
Yeah,
like,
not in
beyond
this
that-
draft.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I can
Yeah.
like invite it in off of like a screen or a shed tail and get like a rock polish up and like have like a bit of freedom to do stuff. You
Mhm.
know, like it that one. I get what they're saying because there is like a fucking 34-point gap between that and Lopunny,
Yeah.
and we're
You
just
do
going
also
to
objectively
ignore
have webs.
Regieleki. Yeah, objectively we do have webs, folks.
The spider here.
Quillfish is actually pretty cool. I gotta say.
Mhm.
I don't know that it actually hit the field beyond doing the Destiny Bond bullshit today.
It got
But-
2 spikes up.
Yeah, it got 2 spikes and hit a
Yeah.
Destiny Bond choice.
Yeah, the second spike is always what matters.
That's the
It-
most important
it
one.
was.
The third one's the most useless one, as we all know.
Frankly, you don't bother to go to the third one. You just get the second one and you call it.
Look, I have
yeah,
hit
yeah.
Destiny Bond on the second one.
Mhm.
But yeah, like Quillfish is like I won't even say grown on me because like I haven't used it at
It's been
all.
1 week.
But it's been very fun. It's
Yeah.
Looking at
It's
like the
right,
hits
yeah.
it can eat with that typing and Eviolite Intimidate.
I'm so
Oh,
glad
wow.
Muse isn't here.
Like you see a
Does
fight.
Muse hate this fish?
Yes.
I was like running
I
some
think this
calcs
fish
for my
is
game
God.
next week, and it was like a close combat from one of their strongest guys doing like 30%. And
Yeah.
it was like stab CC, and I was like, fucking holy shit. Like, dude, what?
Yeah. No, they
Like,
fed this
anything.
fish like crazy. If you like plus intimidate, it's you're Superman.
Plus
you don't
that
care.
They should
typing.
give us
and-
an Aurora Force.
plus
Yeah,
that move.
Dark and
that
Poison
move
is
pool.
such an insane typing.
Yeah.
And when you can do something with it,
Yeah.
unlike Drapion, it's even better.
Hey,
One of the things I
Oh,
have sort of
watch
felt.
out there.
Oh.
I did trade my Drapion into an Overquill last league, but
Not
But-
this time.
not this time.
They
Not
keep
this
it honest,
time.
They keep doing nothing.
Because the mechanics of the league mean you can't.
If
Anyway.
it's low tier.
Oh.
Something I do feel currently on the fence about is like maybe I've gone into 2 matches where like there's just sort of been like 6 months hit my builder before Heatran does, but I'm
Hmm.
not entirely sure Heatran is doing a lot for me currently. Maybe that's I'd need to consult with more people to see if that's just me
I
just
think
like
Heatran
making it up.
Can
But,
do a lot for you because you're.
Yeah,
it's
it's
it's a difference. Spadef is also coming on Hooper.
Yeah,
But-
like Cooper's
You know
got
what Heatran
Spadef,
does that
Lele's
nothing
got
else can do?
Spadef, Rotom was. Well,
Yeah,
what
fine,
does it?
like-
It traps
well.
the defensive ones that Landorus will take a bit more hits to break. Like more than one.
But do you care?
What-
like,
what
why,
is-
what do you mean he's the only one who can do? There are other ones who
Traps
could
them.
do
They
that.
They can't.
Okay, so
Magma Storm is such an incredibly
Yeah.
frustrating click.
Yeah, when you miss it.
Yeah, for both sides.
yeah, no. After
I
my
think
my
the
luck
prob-
with Magic
I think-
Gotcha, fuck that shit.
I think the reason for that is more so than anything. Well, amongst other things, one is that you kind of wanted to bring both electric types because half the people in this division have decided they fucking hate ground types. So
Yeah.
that is one criticism, by the way, that got levied against your draft of Regieleki and Washed Up has to perform similar functions or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that's actually perfectly fine because. 2 of the things that our opponents can't handle is really a good thing to bring, as it turns out.
Yeah.
And half of the
Yeah,
fucking
whatever.
people just
Fuck it. This is
ground
this is going to be Specs Regieleki, Specs Rotom Wash. Who cares?
Oh.
We're volt switching back and forth.
Frankly, I think that's more of a playstyle difference. However, there are definitely a bunch of opportunities against several teams for Heatran to come in. Yeah, you're not going to be saying this about Heatran when you run.
We lost.
Oh yeah, when you run into the grass type team, this Heatran,
Oh, fucking give me a
I
I
second.
don't think I
there's
get
no
the
possibility for this Heatran to not 6-0.
I don't think I play them, sadly. I play a few of the teams with like no electric immune, but I don't think I play the grass team, which is really sad.
However, on a team like this, I think this team actually kind of wants to be doing a more sort of fast-paced style than Heatran particularly appreciates.
Well, that was
It's
the
way it's
idea
been
because
constructed.
I wanted to do like a team that goes fast and hits hard because it's just something that
It's
looks
fast,
fun.
eats ass.
And I was like, well, Heatran's still around, and I know it can do Scarf Eruption. And then I remembered, well, it does Scarf Eruption because the base speed ain't all that. Like,
yeah, especially on
Maybe
a
you
team
should
where...
pack it in for an unburdened one.
well, I'm looking at
special
what's
defense.
in the 15-point tier, and it's like, Rillaboom is there,
He's there.
Raging Bolt is there.
Is
Yeah,
that- But, I mean, isn't Sneasler still up?
that's like 18.
Yeah, but Sneasler is all the
I'd look
way
into
up
Sneasler
in
over
18.
Megalopony.
Yeah, I did bring
That's
this
a fair
up.
point.
I mean,
By the way, yeah, Sneasler over Megalopony, and then you can suddenly turn Heatran into like, I mean, shit. If you wanted Heatran to just be like, say, a faster offensive fire type, Blacephalon's there. If you want to turn it into like something
Blacephalon
with
does look
priority and a lot of bulk, Raging Bolt is there. If you just want to turn it into a different Mega while grabbing like Sneasler, that's also you maybe you want a second fighting type just to really tell, I don't know, Steels to go fuck themselves. You can get like a Mega Heracross.
You have enough hazard support to support a Zardex. Hazard control. There we go, to support
Zardex
a
16, not 15.
I don't know if I do have enough hazard control, right? Or is it just that the two electric types come every
Road
week
to
and they can
Wash,
pack
I assure you, on its own, it's pretty good
Isn't
hazard
it?
control.
it?
It's
you're
pretty
right.
good, but you definitely
you
like
just
you
want a
you
pivot,
appreciate having your own
you can
hazards.
get
You have an
like a
Orthworm,
Slowbro.
and a
Yeah.
Quillfish, and an Ariados. So you
I like
second-
Rillaboom on this team. I like Rillaboom as a priority guy with, I mean, dueling
Rillaboom and
terrains.
Lele.
I really like Rillaboom as your
Yeah, there
priority
you go.
guy because he takes away the psychic terrain that's stopping him from using priority.
Yeah.
Also, this.
That's actually insane
I like-
synergy.
Yeah, I like Raging Bolt a lot because I like Raging Bolt a lot. And I like Blacephalon a lot because I like Blacephalon a lot.
Yeah.
All
I'm-
very valid reasons.
I've got to say, I do want to pick Blacephalon up because like it just looks fun. I'm looking at these stats, and I'm like, that looks like a good time. I see 151 special attack, 107 speed.
And you have
I'm
a decent...
If
You have a
I have
decent
to
flying
fight
type to
someone
deal
with a
with.
Blacephalon behind a sub because of the Orthworm, I'm shooting myself.
And the
And-
computer in one fell swoop.
I
computer.
will, you know, I will go out and say Blacephalon is definitely not doing anything that like Lele is Lele
Yeah,
plus like
which is
something
like
else is
the-
already doing on this team.
Blacephalon,
What's his base speed?
it's like
107.
it's what
Quite a
100.
bit higher.
What
so
else
it
is
makes
that?
it
Is it gets
X
like
easier,
beast
to be
boost,
fair.
right?
107
Yeah.
is like a useful speed tier around here, but
Yeah,
it's like
and it also like again, if he
beast
gets an
boost
extra
is
turn because of a sub, it gets to actually like potentially
gotta-
like get a free beast boost that they can't, and then start
in
running
the
away.
universe where Z moves are allowed, you sub into Calm Mind Blacephalon, Ghostium Z
Yeah.
somebody, and the game ends.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
But,
shit, you can Calm Mind Blacephalon anyway if you really want.
Because
Yeah, I can still see this team being like like it's
still like the
missing a
team.
few things like but it's like it's got some anti synergy, but like I don't think that matters. I think it's
I'm
still
not sure how
I-
insane the
still like-
anti-synergy is between Lele and Lop.
yeah,
Because-
Lop doesn't need to be fake
It
out.
doesn't need fake
Yeah.
outing, because like having the option of it is very nice.
certainly
though.
wants to be doing that more than it wants to be doing play rough, even with psychic terrain. on
Yeah,
the team.
it is true.
Moody.
I'm like, oh, it is.
There's
Yeah.
so many better moves, but yeah, you can very easily just run like U-turn, dual stabs, triple axle, or like power up punch if you think you can get an opportunity to bop. If you can like this gets Volpini gets a lot of fucking moves actually.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I do also respect that like 101 is like our max speed that isn't a mega, and then like does I understand that the criticism of like forcing scarfs on the 101 because like it's very easy for people
Yeah,
to
I think Blacephalon would draw it as another extremely competent Scarfer that would
Yeah.
allow you to free up other roles
yeah
along with Lele.
exactly. And again, Sneasler also puts you in a spot where like now the criticism of like, well, you lose because your maximum speed is like whatever Scarf 101 can reach, but because we're not counting Regieleki for some reason, we've decided that that's not real. The Sneasler like gives you a new ceiling on top of that that's very easy to reach.
Well,
and
we're not
that
counting
punishes people
Regieleki
for-
because Regieleki has the. If, for example, the Scarfed Mon that we're needing to outspeed is a ground type, Regieleki is completely fucking useless.
This is true. It's too
Yeah.
one-dimensional.
It's
Yeah,
also
but yeah.
so far, yeah.
How fast is never mind. Actually,
How fast is what?
Okay.
I was looking at Amon and then I just kind of realized like, yeah, I don't need Hisurian Samurai, but
You don't. It's also not fast as
Yeah.
anything.
It's definitely,
Yeah.
it's not
It's
fast,
got a
and it's
scarf
also
strap
like
to
not got use on this team.
yeah.
No. But yeah, I still think this is like one of the best drafts we've seen.
The best one we've seen so far. I think
This is the best
I
one we've
think
seen.
that's what
Yeah.
we've seen so far. This would not be among the best ones we've seen in either of the other two divisions, but we're working with lower standards
Yeah,
here.
that's
Yeah,
why
it's
it's
fine,
been
it's fine.
It's been 8 in the other divisions.
Yeah,
If
I
you can
think
get
this is.
Yeah, this is an
solid
8 in the other division. I think this is like a 9 in this division.
But I think if we're following the same usual standards, this is an 8.
I,
We're following the same
I
Yeah.
don't know if I'd necessarily call it an 8 in the other divisions, but I don't know. I think in the same way that there was the other one that was like it's a 7 when you just lean into the game plan of fast paced, fuck everything up. When you lean into that game plan here, it probably can be like an 8.
It's the context that it's in as well, like compared to the rest
So the
of what we've
context helps a
seen.
lot. Now,
Yeah.
speaking of so anyway,
oh my
now
god.
for the 10.
No, wait,
Basculin.
Kieran, yeah, tell me, Kieran, what's the first thing you look at when you
Oh
look
wait,
at the
hang
team?
on. Oh god, yeah. I actually my eyes complete. The
Is
first
that
thing I look at is that
Terra
horrifying
Basculin?
fucking
It is-
picture.
it is-
Do we
Yeah,
not
that's
understand
Is
how
that
adaptability
picture
works?
that makes me want to kill myself.
So the Basculin
It's
It's
Stab
Stab Terror.
is Stab Terror because we don't like good.
Oh, Zarude's a free Terror Cap. I forgot
Because-
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Zarud is the
this
free
is-
Terror
It's a
Cap.
really good
No,
Terror
this
Cap
is
the
as
reason-
well.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what
free
would
Terror
love to
Captain
be
Zarud is
Stab
good.
Terror on this team? Enamorus and Terrapagos.
Yeah. Oh, Terrapagos isn't Stab Terror. Terrapagos literally can't Stab Terror. It can't go to Terra Normal.
It can't?
No,
No.
it goes Terra. No, it has to Terrace the Stella. So it
Oh,
can't
I
Stab
didn't know
Terra.
Fair enough then.
Yeah, no. In that context, it should be Enamorus if Enamorus
It
is
should
allowed to Stab Terra.
completely be Enamorus.
Because
my
Basculin
God,
is
it should be
actively a
Enamorus.
bad Stab Terra Captain because it just gets a worse boost from Terra as that compared to everything else.
And meanwhile,
contrary
Enamorus-
as well.
Meanwhile,
From
no,
Stab?
it's Stab Terror.
Oh no, it kind of does because it gets access to a flying type physical stab option, which is like
Yeah.
real.
Gets to
Yeah.
abuse, like-
Oh, so it could
I mean, it
abuse
also gets access to a
superpower.
flying type special stab option. It just gets access to flying stab.
It does, yeah,
Yeah.
which is already huge. But yeah, like it's also it's very big on both sides. Yeah, almost.
Actually,
I
it's not
like
that
almost
useful
everything,
on
but
this
this
one.
Basculin is such a misstep.
Yeah.
But I think
Now
that's
let's
just
look at-
not knowing the
Now
mechanics. I
look
think
at
we
everything
genuinely
else.
thought this would be times 3 like
Aqua
strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aquajet. We thought it would do crazy stuff, and we just the Game Freak let you
I don't know
down.
if I'd think
I'm actually this close to pinging this person.
Or maybe they play
from
Rand
Draft
Bats.
General right now and asking them to change their Terror Captain for the sake of my own sanity.
Yeah, you should do that.
The target, given a timestamp afterwards. But alright, what about the rest of the team? Because ignoring the
Hazards.
It's
Basculin,
crazy.
Hazard's a
great.
disgusting.
Hazard's
Removal is
control
gross.
is great.
It's pretty good. Like Smeagol's
Yeah.
a really good remover in the early turns.
We've got a solid defensive core to fall back on between Ting Lu and M.
Also,
Yeah.
Talonflame B-Tech Moltres coming in saying "fuck you, fighting types."
Yeah.
I for the beginning of last draft league, I cursed my Talonflame defensively. I just hated bringing it defensively, and so I didn't. And then towards the end, I sucked it up, and it actually did work.
Dragapult is crazy as per usual. On
Yeah.
this team, it gets to do a lot because this team appreciates its spreading status. It appreciates the speed tier because there's a big gap. Because the Talonflame speed tier is kind of fake. Because you don't realistically, you're probably not bringing that max speed most of the time.
You could bring
No,
speed
but-
most times like max HP, max speed, so it's not getting much
I
out of
can
the
see that,
speed
yeah.
in terms
You
of,
could, but
power.
it does actually it does often want to go for like defense because
Yeah.
otherwise it actually
This
struggles
team
to
actually
it really
really
struggles to take
does-
hits.
Fucking adore Dragapult spreading like T-Wave.
it
Yeah.
loves screens as well.
Also,
like,
Dragapult and
Also,
Enamorus are both mons that could
Dragapult, yeah.
potentially be like either like physical or special. So like guess idiot.
Yeah. Specs Pult could come every week. Hex Pult, it could be naughty every week.
Terapagos is one of my favorite guys.
No,
for
wait.
that month, so
Yeah.
He was Nadia, then
Yeah.
wait a minute. Hold on a
Terapagos,
minute.
that's the guy. He one-time checks every mon. Extremely powerful when it wants to be because Starstorm is
Yeah.
a custom move.
That's
and
why
and also
extremes-
sometimes if it like there is a possibility on this team that like we look at our opponent's team and we go, you know what, like Starstorm plus like one piece of Starstorm plus Earth Power like goes crazy. I'm bringing Screen's Dragapult and I'm letting Terapagos set up to
Yeah,
like-
take the
like-
wheel.
+2
sweep. It could do that.
Zarude can just bulk up.
Yeah, Zarude-
as
Yeah,
the
like almost
trail
every
clears,
single mon on this
whatever,
team is both a like breaking and like all the offensive ones on this team are both breaking and setup threats.
and they have like a strong
Mm.
enough defensive backbone to enable
Mm.
that with hazards and hit taking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how did they
Zarude is
set
an
up-
insane Terra Captain. It has a bunch of custom stats.
Mhm.
It has a BST of like 9 shit million and distributed well.
Another thing, clearly, if you are a team that relies on the fog to clear hazards, you are in hell. You're in super hell. And now
There's an Empoleon.
Please just log into my country and Amorous as
Yeah.
I substitute.
Oh,
on mine.
but yeah, Contrary and Amorous gets evasion from that, right?
Evasion boost from
Yeah.
the fog.
Yeah.
Oh.
Empoleon gets +2 from the fog. This is Satan.
This is an extra reason why this should be Terra and Amorous. Because if I had to guess what type it's if I had to like guess if
You'd
it's
have to
going to
guess,
decide to stop
but,
being
yeah.
flying or fairy, because those are like both types with like real weaknesses, like in terms of like defensive mons being able to check them. And but also I might guess right and I still miss. It's over. It's over forever. It's never been more over.
Just bringing
If
shockwaves.
you're, if you're trying to hit it whilst it's calm minding or superpowering up, and
Yeah.
it just misses on
Yeah.
the one turn where like you would have done enough damage to break your next threshold.
Carmine superpower, we just shoot the computer.
Yeah, no, this Basculin needs to stop being this Terra
Okay,
Captain.
every-
This
Green
Basculin
number.
has to
I
stop.
genuinely might ping them just right now and just ask.
Just let
please.
them know.
This
For the
is
sake
like
of
the
my
kind
own
of draft that
sanity.
I would be willing to give a 10 if it wasn't for the fact that this Basculin is the fucking Terra Captain.
All right, wait. Let's look at the lower end because the top end I think is incredible. Basculin,
top
I
end is
think it has
incredible.
its niches. Like
Yeah, I can see
outside of
Basculin
Terra-
being
Yeah.
valuable.
outside of Terra. Like if your team has like if you're into a team with like a pretty like somewhat of a
Mm.
water weakness, maybe the Aqua Jet's nice to have.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
or
priority-
as like a way to like priority down something that's
Yeah,
like
you
revenge
have-
kill something. I can
Because
see it being
other
good.
than this, you have Sucker Punch on Pull, and you have, I guess, fucking what's
Yeah.
the ability?
Gale
on Talonflame?
Wings, kind
Gale
of.
Wings,
Yeah.
yeah, but like
But you also
It
have
is
like
this
Scarf
team.
Talonflame if you think it looks good, because like Talonflame can come with a Scarf because it does get to click like Overheat, Brave Bird, Flare Blitz. Like it can be a revenge kill. It's not a very
I
good
can
one, but it
see
can.
I
be one.
can see the vision with like a low tier Basculin. Swallow, it's like a budget
Mhm.
grounded poison. Doesn't get T Spike, I don't think, which is devastating.
It gets Thunder Wave though, which is
I mean,
annoying.
But
right?
it gets knockoff, I think. It gets
Yeah, it gets knocked
Sticky
off.
Because
It
it gets
gets a bunch of setup. It gets clear smoke,
Wait. We can bring
pain split.
as an insane cooking thing. This is one of the few bonds with Liquid Ooze as an ability. Strength Sap users crying.
Yes.
Are they
Yeah, you can
crying?
it would be much better if the Swallow was a muck, so it could
Yes.
actually have a niche of setting in T spikes. Because somebody
It
could
does.
can
It
somebody
does
fact
get
check
some
for me?
spikes, by the
Oh,
way.
it
Wicked.
does.
Yeah.
No,
I think somebody in bronze. I think somebody in bronze lied to me then.
Okay. Well, you believed somebody in bronze knew something
Yeah.
about the
I
game.
was
That
gonna
was
say-
your fault.
We did not consult the sources.
Also, Smeagol's just a piece
Oh,
of
and
shit.
Smeagol is also like
Correct,
funny,
man.
like it's
You-
just
yeah.
a silly man. I like this team a lot.
Yeah, this is a really good. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, this is the kind of team I'd be willing to give like a 10 to if the Terra
If
Captain was
Enam-
correct.
Yeah.
This is an incredibly good team.
Wait, did you at him? Oh, he just said he's just the goat.
He's just
He's just
I
the
like
goat.
this dude.
Just the
this
goat.
dude. This dude.
He's got a point.
I'll give one
Good
shot
point.
of convincing, and then I'll go. Yeah, there's no point.
This is
Some,
fine.
some people are simply lost.
But yeah, this is a 9 years.
I know what I know what I'm beat.
He's got a shine.
This is like the
Alright.
second time someone has in response to like your like low tier shitter should probably not be your Terra Captain has hit you with the but like the aura though.
All right, so we're gonna
Aura.
give this a 9.5
He's
and go
shine.
next.
Give it a
This
9.
this is
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
do one last look around, just for anything that's like glaring to me.
Just in case there's like a nuclear isotope underneath the carpet
like,
that's slowly poisoning the
There's
team
gotta
to
be
death.
something wrong.
Is
Chat,
is
No,
Basculin
yeah.
slowly
Good.
poisoning this team with polonium? Much to think about.
Swallowed a bit of
Basculin's one of the
uranium in there.
Russian apes they got sleeping in.
Basculin is sleeping with the head coach. That's how he got stabbed terror privilege.
Slowly draining his
Disgusting
life
allegations
essence.
being
We have to
thrown
kill him.
here.
Hmm.
You know, when people talk about that they want like 7-month drafts, this is what I imagine. Because I can see these top 6 or 7 coming every single week, and I would be terrified every single week.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the 7-month drafts in like especially gold and silver, where like the pool of mons to pick from was a bit smaller.
I still keep looking at the Hydreigon draft.
I look
as
at
the
7
example
mons.
of
I'm like,
one
no, these are
that's-
clearly the 7 best, but I'm only scared of like 5 of them. But here,
yeah.
I'm scared of all 7. And
Yeah, this
also
is a
the
good team.
and even the last few guys have like real niches that they could come for, and that's
Yeah.
like what you want from your shitters. So I would give this a strong 9.5 because of Basculin.
Because of Basculin.
true.
Good
I
old
refuse,
Basculin.
Basculin. I refuse to acknowledge you in the role that you have claimed to have.
Out of palette.
Huge. Has a Mega T-Tars the best draft?
All right, moving on.
This
Yep.
is
Yep,
this
next one.
is a good draft. This is a good
It
draft. I think
It
it's
is.
a good draft.
Iron Crown is scary as shit.
Terra
We
Iron
have-
Crown. 3
Shit,
Terra
my-
Iron Crown.
3 Terra Iron Crown with
Yeah.
electric terrain.
The speed.
Yeah,
that's
that's Coco's
spicy.
hanging out.
Was that the best? Well, I do have to ask. Was that the best one that was available to us at that point? The best of future Paradox, future.
I
Hendrix
think when you
mons that we
factor in
could
that
have
it gets to be your free Terra captain, it might be.
might be, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, if Valiant Pop wasn't still up by this time, which is the best. I mean, that's like that one's like March Madness. That's DS2.
Sometimes you accept that some things are out of our reach. They're not meant for mortal
But
hands.
This is still a cool like monster.
Yeah.
This is Cody and crazy.
This is Cody crazy.
Hazard control, crazy. Hazard setting, good.
Good. It's what? T-Tar, Araquanid,
The power.
Landorus. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good.
Then webs.
The
The power.
offensive attack is just. I don't want to deal with Mega
Thing
T-Tar.
hits you.
I don't want to
so
switch into
hard.
any of these
With
fuckers.
Banderus. I just
I
don't
don't-
want to deal with Banderus.
I don't want
Yeah,
to switch into
yeah.
Durant. I don't want to switch into
Terrifying Landorus,
Araquanid,
yeah,
really.
It's Jova, bro.
These are
Yeah,
all
yeah,
hard
right,
guys
so-
to switch into with almost universal, like, annoying momentum move. Like, half flame,
Yeah.
momentum, volt switch, U-turn on Tapu on Tapu
The
Koko,
top six
U-turn,
are all
flip.
U-turn volt switching.
All Volt turn merchants, yeah.
Yeah. And they all have like the
Well, the thing
stats
is,
to
all
back
of
it
them-
up and make it hurt.
Mm.
Well, except for Tapu Koko exactly, but that's the facilitator.
But if it comes
And
into
also,
one of the
the
many
stat it
teams
has
that
to
don't
back
have
it
a
up.
ground type,
Yeah. Also, the
it
Yeah.
will
stat
make
has
it
to back
hurt.
up,
Scary.
just to be clear, is 130 speed.
Yeah, but also the electric terrain volt switch will hurt when your entire
Yeah.
team is just we're allergic to ground types
Cannot
for some
take it.
reason. Yeah.
Yeah, we got that. Tapu Koko
And then you've got the
basically
mode to
play,
deal
like-
with the ground
Yeah, by the
types.
way,
Yeah.
in terms of Hazard Control, we also have like, Hazard Control is crazy. We have Defog Landorus, Defog Rotomode, Defog Tapu Koko, Rapid Spin Quavel. Yeah, Hazards are not.
Butterfree, hello.
Shut up.
Butterfree is the only way. Does Butterfree get compound eyes?
Yes.
Matchup
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
I
actually.
acknowledge this is a matchup moth.
It's a matchup mod.
I grant you the rank. We grant you a seat on the
Oh, no.
Matchup Moth Council, but we do not grant you the rank of Matchup Moth.
Yeah, there's a difference between the title and the authority, okay? These are two
Mhm.
different things.
You are not
That's
a Venomoth. Sit down.
Priority. We have Aquajet and we have like first impression.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Run Rotomo.
Quick
Doesn't,
attack.
well, that's not real.
That's not
First
real.
impression Durant and Quavel.
We get Custap Berry on Araquanid as a real thing that people do bring, but unfortunately that's not actually priority as we have
I mean,
discovered.
you can bring Custap on anything if you really want.
That's true, but it's like common on Araquanid. It's like a
Yeah,
normal
we have-
set.
we have
This team's pretty
Jet.
good.
And then that's about it.
Yeah, I like Araquanid here.
Arachne for this team breaks it.
Webs into this team is forcing the opponent mons to be slower into like Landorus, Quaquaval, Iron Crown, Ogapon, Hearthflame is like back-breaking. Mega Tyranitar too.
Mega the webs makes it so that Mega because the thing with Mega Tyranitar, for those who don't know, is the Mega Tyranitar often like has the strength to sweep, but like with one boost it will kill everything. The problem is it doesn't have the speed with one boost to kill everything. With webs, a Dragon Dance is enough to get you to like the point where you outspeed things, enough things to kill the whole team. Like I actually do see situations where like webs go down, T-Tar gets one Dragon Dance, and it's Jove.
Mega Tita has like 700 in every stat point apart from speed.
Yeah,
where it only has 200.
It has 95 special attack for some reason.
You have to divide all the defenses by 4
For
because
some reason.
Dark Rock is just such a bad defensive.
When you divide them by 4, it still lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be clear,
Yeah.
its defensive stats are enormous. It's so fat.
Why does it get an extra Spadef boost? Why does it get everything?
So bulky.
Why does it have like 150 defense?
These numbers don't add up to 700.
It's so unreal.
Not true.
These numbers add up to like 10 million.
It actually
It's
doesn't
so
add up.
cool.
It actually doesn't add up to 700 because there's this fucking Sand Spadef boost in the mix as well.
Yeah,
and it's like,
it does
what?
have more.
An extra 9 million Spadef, yeah.
Yeah.
Funniest mon of all time.
I remember when I was looking at Muse in semi-finals, and I was like, "What is my check to Walking Wake?" Oh, it's Mega Tyranitar because he takes 3 hits.
Oh.
It just does that, folks.
Specs Wake has to like 3-hit KO Mega T-Tar. Why? Who knows? Science hasn't determined why Mega T-Tar can do this yet.
The special threat of this team is kind of weak, I think, is its main.
Crown,
Really?
Coco
I
when
don't
your
mean-
team sucks, and
I don't
Yeah.
mean like Crown is weak. I mean it's basically just Crown.
You are sleeping on Earth Power Landorus Varian, clearly.
Yeah, I
And
am.
Ice
I'm
Beam
sleeping.
Tyranitar.
Literally-
Moon, what do you mean? There's
No,
your
that's
favorite
true.
special attacker in the game, Mega T-Tar.
It gets objectively
Regular
gets Ice
Tita's my
Beam.
favorite.
Regular T-Tar's your favorite. Mega T-Tar has more special
Shut up,
attack.
Lando.
Shut up, Fairy type.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
No,
well.
shut up.
Hey.
No, the Cheetah
Oh,
one
very-
is shut up, Lando.
Yeah, shut
I
up,
was about to
Ice
say-
Beam.
Shut up, Fairy type is the Sizzle when you drop.
Mm.
Hmm.
Is
Yeah,
anything that-
I will say, but you know what? Being not having that many special attackers, I think, is like not as bad as having not many physical attackers because there's no physical equivalent of an assault vest.
Yeah. You can bring AV
Hmm.
Lando, and if they don't have a nice move, they're just gonna cry.
Oh, you mean defensively? Our special defense is weak.
No, I mean like special attackers.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Oh
Yeah.
no, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, you can bring more physical attackers than special attackers because people like if you have a shitload of special attackers, people just strap 3 assault vests to their guys, and
We also have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also no special equivalent of a Will-O-Wisp, but that's more difficult to come by than an
Also,
assault vest.
that's
Will-O-Wisp
true.
is not even
Until
what I
they
click.
fix ice, until they fix freeze.
Do you want to click? Do you want to click the Will-O-Wisp into the Ogapon? Do you?
Yes, because I'm clicking it with a mon that Ogapon loses to anyway.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm clicking it with
Volcanion.
Yeah.
Volcanion, of course.
And into the water bubble mon as well.
I'm definitely clicking Will-O-Wisp with Volcanion and not, Steam Eruption.
Yeah, Araquanid's going to come in versus Volcanion, and I'm going to sit there water absorbing, and you're going to sit there water. So I'm going to sit there water bubbling, and you're going to sit there water absorbing, and we're just going to sit there taking in
Staring at each other.
the momentum.
Doing the-
Menacingly.
It's like I dare you to switch first.
What is the problem here? Like, I think this is a great team. This is a superb team.
It's very good.
Yeah.
The problem is that we have drafted 3 bug types, and it's the worst in the game, so it's a bad team.
I'm
so
trying to
moving
think because I don't think the top 7 scare me as much as the top 7 of the previous team.
We quickly go.
on. No, I agree with that.
They're strong, but just not as strong.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm terrified of Landorus.
It is lugging around like what?
Landorus-
One
five
five-
attack?
Do you know why you're not afraid of Landorus? Is because it's usually like a lot of defensive sets know you, man. I see a lot more defensive Landorus.
Yeah.
I've not had to play against Scarflander for a hot minute.
you've
I've
not
not had to
had
play
to
Scarf
play
It's been a
Terror
long
flying.
time since I had to deal with like SD Landerus because back in fucking Gen 7
Rock
with
Polish.
SD or Rock Polish plus Z Stone Edge, that you don't know the horrors.
Yeah, and again, this is Landorus with flying coverage.
Yeah, flying
Yeah,
coverage as
People
well.
forget it has 145 attack.
Mm.
Like,
Using all of that 145 attack to click rocks in U-turn. Maybe I should get a Landorus.
Interesting.
High value. Yeah.
But yeah, he's seeing the light. Yeah, no, I think the captains are crazy. The team is crazy. I think how does this look defensively? Are there any like glaring weaknesses on the?
I
On
like
the
the
matchup
basic
chart.
synergy. I like
Is
the
it
basic
just-
synergy between.
Is it just
Coco.
recovery then? Is it that the team doesn't have a lot of?
Is
There's
it?
clearly-
Is it not
Power.
kind of Rocks week?
But all three in the top row get recovery.
it's not Rocks Week, because the things that are Rocks Week are like Araquanid and
Yeah.
Butterfree.
And
And
Ogapon.
Ogapon.
Yeah,
But this is
but
just
none of-
those. And, like, we have an Iron Crowd, we have a...
No, Hazard
Removal.
Removal's good.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean it's not rocks weak just because there aren't that many ones that are actually weak to rocks. There's lots of ones that really don't like it. Like Roundurus doesn't like taking rocks damage either.
Yeah.
It's not weak to rocks,
Yeah.
but rocks damage matters.
But I feel
Yeah,
like
and
Well, it doesn't
Araquanid
want
doesn't
to be
like them, and
cold.
Ogapon really doesn't like them.
Yeah, I was going to say, Wick, to your point of all three on the top get reliable recovery. Yeah, but the only one that was ever going to run it is Coco.
Yeah. Hey, I've seen OG Albina, the GOAT, running Roost Quaquavel defensively.
not
That's
everyone
awesome.
Can have these,
I've never seen Synthesis Ogapon Halflame though. This is
No, but you
something
have
I made up.
seen Hornleech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Horn
I've
Leech.
seen I've seen too much Hornleech. I need people to grow up and start clicking 140 for base power whips.
No, no,
I
no,
agree.
with
I,
him right
I
now.
Yeah, I
actually,
don't
I
know.
actually agree with that.
Click
But
Woodhammer.
Wicket, I agree with that. Both you and I drafted Ogapon and used it almost exclusively to set spikes.
Cold.
I'm gonna be different on it. I'm gonna be
Muse,
different. this
Muse
season.
has like a blood vessel in her head, like exploding right now.
We're talking about Power Whip Ogapon. We're talking about
The roll
Ogapon.
compression.
Yeah, people just need to grow up and use offensive Ogapon more often. We say
Bye.
as spike merchants.
Drafting Ogapon TLN being forced to not bring Spike's fucking Rocky helmet every week or some dumb shit like that.
The synergy
Oh
on
my
the team
goodness.
is just great. They're just great synergy.
Wait,
Mm.
Flip turn, U-turn. U-turn.
Yeah, this,
Volt
this
switch,
is, this
U-turn.
is just pivot.
Volt
Yeah, that was like
switch.
the first. Just
Pivot the movie.
Yeah.
This is the false swipe video.
Yeah,
Why
no, this
pivoting
seems
is
pretty good.
everything.
Yeah.
I think this is like
How
a
great was
like a
Bolton,
9. I
actually?
think.
I
I'm
think
gonna
this
give
is-
this a
we
9.
gave that thing a 9.5. This is better than that. I think this is better than that team.
I don't think this
I
is
don't
better
think
than
it
that team.
No,
No,
it's
I
better
don't
than that
think
team.
it's
I think we have Terra
I don't
Basculin on this one.
No, I don't care.
That's not real. They're gonna
think
see the
the
light. They're gonna
hive-
change it. Basculin's gonna
Basculin
start
will
asking for
disappoint
more.
See, Terra Basculin's going to beat this Terra Landorus.
Alright.
Just you wait.
That's true.
Basculin's gonna cheat on the captain in like a dream,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
captain's gonna wake up
Are you
offended one
familiar
day.
with the Los Angeles Clippers scandal from the Lob City era?
No.
Can you really quickly run that down for the people who don't know, like me?
How heavily censored do you need this story to be, folks?
Oh
We're
my
not-
god. We're not gonna do that on stream.
We're not talking about Donald Sterling, folks.
We're
We're
not doing that one. We're not doing that one. Next
I
team.
love the Flippers,
Next
dude.
team. That's nice.
Rotom Heat, why is that your Terra
Lamar
captain?
Slight
Piss
asterisk.
off.
Flippers fans are once again getting the Fell for It Again award as they're saying, yeah, this team's crazy. I believe we could make a serious title run. They don't know that they're getting a second round exit at best.
The more things change, the more things stay
True.
the same. Western Conference semis is calling.
Right, first of all, we need to start by saying Rolling Hippo the GOAT. That guy's been
That's a cool
friendly
dude.
and charming.
This is a
Yeah.
sick logo.
Really go.
This guy's Australian, right? I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of Australia and the Australians. We go way back. Massive
Sure,
fan.
man.
This is genuinely true
Yeah.
for me. Shout
I'm
outs
honestly
true.
more of a
I'm
New
not even
Zealand
kidding.
loyalist personally, but like you guys are cool, I guess.
I mean, it's true for me too. I'm not even trolling. That's the best part.
to Aussie
We get around like
family,
that.
Yeah.
What's incredible
Big up.
is alright, so this is like obviously like a place name. Like this is like a niche like place name. So I searched it up online. In Australia, this is either a Welsh place, in which case none of this applies.
Yahoo!
But in Australia, there is a place called Glamorgan Vale with a population of 384 people. Rolling Hippo, do you live in like the out? Do you live in the boonies?
Do you live in a
live
hole in the
the
ground
outback?
that people have like renovated?
Renovated hole.
I
I was born in this
Where
hole.
is it? Is there
Why?
pictures of it?
I mean, the pictures of it are just like a field, like this 384 people live in this like town
Queensland. I've not
area.
got any family in Queensland.
There's a state school. There's a school, I guess, to 300
Yo,
people
this
have
looks
children.
beautiful.
Yeah,
What
they
are you
do have
talking
children.
about?
Need
This looks
education.
awesome.
No, this looks.
Yeah,
this looks.
I'm sure it looks unspoiled by people.
No, I'm
Teenage
just
10-year-olds.
shocked. I would just be so shocked to find out about a location that has like a population of 400 from a Pokemon Draft League logo.
This is like in
Yeah.
Legends, like
This
what
is
they
bad.
say. They have
Yeah,
a
I'm
hyper
wrecking my
value.
town.
I don't know
This
what a
is sick.
hyper value is, but it sounds like
I
BTEC
want
powder.
Rolling Hippo. I want Rolling Hippo to like watch this back later. I might send a timestamp. I want him to tell me that he lives
Moon,
in.
pull up like a random photo
I
of
wanna-
this place, and then just insist that like a random person in the picture is
I
Rolling
need
Hippo.
Roaring Hippo.
And you
I
might
need
be
Rolling
right.
Hippo to tell me that Glamorgan Vale is where
300
they
odds
live.
is not bad.
Yeah, you got a good shot at being correct.
If you pull
And
up
then just
You've
like
got a
drop
really good shot
photos
at
of the
accidentally
place.
doxing this guy.
Look, it would make me very happy if they were Welsh. Look, all
There we
I'm
go.
saying.
There's an image of Glamorgan Vale.
Oh wow.
Oh, this
yeah,
is Brighton. This
Yeah,
is
that's
a
what I
seaside
said.
town.
It's Brighton. It's
Brighton,
if it
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
in
I'm
UK.
pretty
Wait,
sure
wait,
it's more than
Brighton?
20.
Right, hang
What
on.
is
Rolling
this?
Hippo is
Okay, the
Alright.
guy
that
the guy
guy
with no shirt in the middle.
okay. That's a
That's
good
you.
guess. I was gonna say
That's it.
zoom in on the blue shirt.
Wait.
Not on the blue shirt. On the blue
Enhance.
shop in the back.
Moon.
What?
What is
Rome's
this?
Cafe.
I searched up
Okay.
Glamorgan Vale, Australia.
Are you sure this is
This
not
is-
the Welsh
oh, this-
place?
Yeah, this is the Welsh.
No,
place.
this is
Look
this
I
is
mean,
why
there
it's-
is
Glamorgan Vale
there is
is
best
Welsh
of
flags in
Glamorgan
the
Vale.
background there.
No, it's just best
Glamorgan
of Glamorgan
Vale-
Vale,
It's
Queensland.
not coastal from what I'm seeing. It's like literally just in the field. It's like just fields.
No,
There is two Welsh flags in the background.
I
Mm,
don't mean
um,
Unless the Australians
that-
really love the Welsh.
I have a.
You go on Google Maps and shit.
I'm
look
on
at-
Xperia. This is the image they use on Expedia.
Well,
Expedia.
you don't know that
They
it wasn't
lied
like
to you.
data
I mean, it
scraped
could've
off
been
Google
lied to.
Images.
I mean, it could always be like a sister city or whatever, right?
Oh
It
yeah, that's
might
also
be.
true. Yeah, they might. They
This is
might. Yeah.
That would be so
Yeah,
much
it's not
sadder
like
to
there
hear.
are any
It makes
places
This is
in
tiny.
like
Wicket's right.
Australia.
This makes no sense.
You're looking at it on a map.
Yeah. Wait, no. It could make sense. It could make sense. It could make sense.
Oh my
this
God,
could
wait,
be the
this-
river.
Wait,
Black
this
Snake
real
Creek.
estate looks sick.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
solid.
wait. Is this anything like how Lansing in is like twinned with? I'm just gonna post it because I can't be bothered to like pronounce this. It's twinned with this.
Żywiec. Wait, that's the name of a beer in Wait.
Maybe
That's the
maybe
name
that's
of
where
a
they make
Polish
it.
beer.
I'm sure Rolling Hippo's
Żywiec.
back and there's like I'm so
there you go.
discussing.
The
Yeah, this is nothing. Anyway,
This is a cool.
Anyways, moving on.
Either way.
have any kind of naming similarity to like Wales. There's no kind like New Wales in Australia or anything. No, certainly not a New South.
New
there is
South
literally-
Wales.
There is New
Nah,
South
no.
Wales.
No, because it's
No,
it's
Moody, no,
so.
I
Do you know what's
didn't
crazy?
know
Is it? I'm
that
sure it's
was
somewhere
being
that's
fucked up.
incredibly similar to South Wales. I'm sure in many ways they're identical.
I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
there.
Similar
so-
weather, similar like sort of environments,
Equally
similar
shit, but-
wildlife.
Alright, back to the team.
Back to the team. Terra
Yeah, why is
Lasso-
Rotom Heat your Terra Captain?
It's
Look at
because
the
of the
other
lack of better
options.
options.
What were the other options?
I-
Primarina
like
was one, right?
Cyclizar and Prim.
Marina and
Prim.
Cyclizar, basically.
It should be Prim.
Mm.
yeah, well,
Even an oh no, I don't.
Get Rotom Heat because Rotom Heat is like a very like helpful defogger, and getting rid of the fire type is quite helpful to not be weak to rocks.
I do think the base typing
And Prim doesn't
Levitate
want to get
makes
rid
it
of Water
like better.
Fairy.
No, there's nothing
Rotom
like
wouldn't mind getting rid of the fire
I
type.
love to Terra Steel a lot.
Yeah, Terra Steel would be nice for Prim, I think.
Yeah.
Terra Steel would also be nice for Rotom, to be fair. Terra Steel
Yeah.
with Levitate is also incredibly
I
good.
don't know if it's a bad Terra, but it's not. There's a choice.
Sure.
Cyclizar is
Yeah,
a choice.
I'm more into it. I personally just think like like I like a defensive terror, but do you know what I like more than a defensive terror? I like a defensive terror with offensive potential, and that's why I like Primarina more.
Yeah, okay, I'll accept that.
But obviously, like I accept the reality of Latios is a mon built for stab terror, so why are we not just stab terroring Latios every single time? Which is fair.
With regards to this team, pivoting, bonkers, hazards.
Two really good
fine.
spinners.
Spin and defog everywhere.
Shed tail.
Shed tail into setup Latios, setup Shenpao.
Even Annihilate.
Apply like
Marina.
brick. Apply hammer to computer.
Why is
Set
there a
Primarina with-
Maractus,
Oh,
a
yeah.
Murkrow, and a Volbeat?
Well, you see,
Still a
Murkrow
team,
and Volbeat both get Prankster.
which I genuinely think is annoying enough to.
I hope that all-
Yeah, if I'm
one
picking
point.
1 point mons, they better have something going for them, like
I'm about to say, I
Prankster.
hope they all have. I hope they all cost 1 point because I don't
Yeah, they
think
do. They do.
having all three.
No, I think
I'm not
being
Yeah,
like,
they're all worth 1 point.
and Maractus
I'm docking
Maractus has like
points for
spikes, I
pheasant
guess.
shitty.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Like
I think I'm
the
low key looking at this.
Oh, Storm Train.
No. Look at this team. You're gonna say Pheasantipity is bad. I hate Pheasantipity too. We all hate Pheasantipity in this VC. Heartbreaking. This one's actually quite good. For
That's
this
not a
team.
real mon. That's a Digimon. Don't care.
This
It's a
one-
grounded
It's
poison
illegal to bring
type
it.
that
Grounded poison.
does.
It provides us a good secondary fairy type.
What's the fizz step on this team like?
It's like a good. It's also like a fine pivot
Fizz
because you
Step
don't
is
care. You don't
definitely
care if
not
it dies. You actually get happy when it dies.
It's not incredible, but Rotom Heat and Iron Treads can perform enough.
Treads I don't want to agree because it's weak to like the main physical
physical type.
buttons, all coverage options like a
Yeah.
lot of them wanna run at
Rotom
least.
Heat can come defensive, and it could
Yeah.
make it even better
Hey,
because Willow Wisp access.
as a man who ran defensive Rotom Heat for an entire season, I can confirm it can do it. Especially when it can volt switch out into a Chi Power or something like that.
Or just with Willow. Mm.
But I feel like this team doesn't really get put on the defensive because it just gets to pivot, and if it's not pivoting, it's usually behind the funny shed tail.
This turn. Wait, Latios was the one to get flip, right?
Yes.
Flip, vault.
Yeah.
Flip,
Yeah,
volt,
I've
switch,
got the
flip.
list up right now. Latios
Annihilate
gets
has
flip,
the
Prim
greatest,
gets flip, Cyclozar gets shed tail U-turn.
Annihilate gets final gambit and memento.
Those
True.
are
And U-turn.
Pheasantipity.
Oh,
don't worry about
U-turn,
that.
Volt switch.
I
from
forgot it
Pheasant,
literally
Rotom Heat.
objectively
This
gets that.
team is in and out.
Constant switching.
And, it's
And the
constant
pressure as
damage
well.
switching. And if you give Shenpao the turn it needs, and which it could definitely find, it's so easy to find a turn with this sort of team. It
Yeah.
will just cleave through something about the proper
With-
defense
yeah.
to all of it.
Yeah. No,
With the
rolling
mix
hippo.
of, like,
Learn from this
different
guy. He's in gold. You can learn a lot from him. He's an incredibly talented player. He also has Chempao. It's of course Leo Loopy. That guy's
We should
Yeah.
do his
They
own
don't.
tier because
just do what he does.
Player.
Make sure to watch all of his games back to front.
Yeah, watch all of his games. Send him some DMs. Ask him to send you the game he played this week against Brandon, who's also in gold. So that's 2 titans. It's going to be a real nail biter. And
Bro, punch out, bro.
yeah, just
Yeah.
sort of channel that
Ask him how-
energy.
Ask him how he got into gold, because that is a...
That's an
very
important tale.
What
You're
an
going to learn
amazing
a lot.
question.
how did he get into gold?
How the fuck did
I'm
he
not
get-
clear.
Go and ask him.
I don't think he knows either.
No, he applied for gold, didn't
No.
he?
Yeah, he just applied for gold, and
He's
they just...
simply for go.
Yeah, he's just really good, and you can learn
They
a
just
lot
let
from
the
him.
polar bear in.
I do like the team though.
Yeah.
I think there's a little more weaknesses, like specifically the last two we've seen, because specifically the last two we've seen are insane. Actually, other weaknesses. This can just play into its game plan. I'm trying
This
to think
is
of
the
it
kind
too
of thing that
balanced.
Brandon was talking about when he said like that the boards have like that it's 12 people to a board like this. The team should be really strong. Like this looks like
Yeah.
this looks like the kind
Well,
of team that should be coming
I
out. This
think
kind of board.
Pheasantipity single-handedly the mon, but like I know it's objectively like all right.
It's
Mhm.
so
But I
much
think it's the
better
one
than
one
you
I
think
look.
it will be.
I think it's the one I look at, and I just don't want to like it.
Skin water.
But
never
then that's
liked
fine. Okay,
You
okay.
walk a Pokemon.
Real quick, cover it up with your hand and then tell me what you think of this
No,
team.
unironically, this like works. Like, I cover it up, and I'm like, I'm so much happier about this
We
team.
just
I don't
have
even
This
care
team
about.
way more now.
Why are
I
we
don't even care that
modest?
there's a Maractus, Murkrow, and Volbeat. Wait, what are Hazard setting apart from?
It's stealth
rocks,
rocks.
rocks.
It's just stealth rocks.
Oh, no spikes is
Spikes
really
from
sad.
Maractus.
Like,
Hey,
no,
hey, Maractus
That's
gets
more of a
spikes.
luxury than
Yeah.
I
main one.
covered up I covered up the bottom three.
Oh,
as
you
well
covered up
in the
Maractus
process,
as
yeah,
well.
I covered
Oh,
up all
okay.
four.
I'm
I
modest.
covered all
Yeah.
four.
Covering.
'Cause
Nah,
I have a
Murkrow's
lot of
the goat.
fingers, yeah. It's very sad to not have like bikes you can bring every week because something like Laddie and Champa would absolutely love it.
Is
Like
there
Bandit-
like a spiker in the same
Rock
tier as
is good
Pheasantipity that they could pick up instead?
I just don't
Bandits,
think you get rid of
No, I don't think you'd need to drop Fairs.
No, but I'm just interested, is all.
Fez is in. I can't spell.
8. It's an 8.
It's an 8? I thought you
Fez,
said
Fez, like the game by Phil Fish.
Wait, Fez is cheaper than I thought.
Exactly.
Exactly.
for
Yeah,
Spikes-
Pheasantipity's really cheap.
Spikes in 8 points.
It's Seismitoad.
Does Drapion get it?
Well, we're not
No,
picking up
Leon
Drapion.
just got rocks.
Also, yeah, no, I think it gets like T-Spikes, right? Does it get T-Spikes?
I think exactly Seismitoad.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Gastrodon
will-
as well.
Does Seismitoad even get spikes? I thought it was only rocks.
We might
Yeah, I don't
we
think
might-
Seismitoad
They
gets
might have
spikes.
given it in
Gastrodon
Gen
gets
nine.
it.
There's a
not
point
get
that
spikes.
might-
Gastrodon.
Does not get spikes.
Yeah, there you
Gastrodon
go.
gets spikes.
This is another 9, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a really good one. I think again, this is a 12-person draft
Mm.
kind of team.
I think, yeah, the lack of spikes is the only like thing I would
I don't know.
actually bonk against it because
That's
it's
like-
like
I
say,
actually don't think we've seen a 12-person draft kind of team yet.
I think this is
past
closer
two
than like the
have been
first half
alright.
of the teams that we saw. This is like closer to what it should look like.
I think it's 8.
Alright.
Also, I need to mentally like readjust the. I'm looking at Cyclozar and I keep thinking it's a
Is
shit
it-
one when actually it literally gets Shed Tail.
Is it
I
the
keep
same
I keep
level
Tail.
of
adjusting it.
strength as the previous
it's fast
team?
Shed Tail, but
Do we think it's the
Oh
same
yeah,
level
fast
of
Shed
strength?
Tail's so much worse than slow Shed Tail.
like it's regenerative, so yeah, it's alright.
I think it can easily fight with the. I'd be happy with an 8. I'd be happy with a
Yeah,
9. I
you
think
go
an
with
8 makes more
think
sense.
I think an
it's
8
worse
is
than
more
this, but,
reasonable.
Like, not by a large amount. The lack of spikes is felt, but
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last team. Jesters.
Oh, the Cumbrian
shit.
Cramorant.
Dog shit team for a dog shit player.
Where's the
There's a lucky
Cramorant?
shot by a bub.
Yeah, where's
Where's
the
the
Cramorant? That's just the
Cramorant?
average Cumbrian bloke.
I did actually consider Cramorant, and then something got
Cramorant.
picked, and I had to change my team round, and Cramorant just
and
didn't fit.
He got
Lipard
injured.
and Lipard had made the team.
He's out for the
instead.
season.
Yeah, Lipard, I think is okay. I'm not gonna say it's great, but I think it's
I
got
don't-
some uses.
Is dive cuts legal in this format? Thoughts?
I did question this.
He was
I
talking
feel,
about
I
it
feel like
earlier.
the mods are not going to be happy with me bringing Dive Cat.
Wait, did they?
Muse was
did they
trying to
patch
bring
it out?
Zygarde 100.
Did they patch it out? Like, did they change what copycat can call, or did
Yeah,
they
he
just
did,
delete?
he did, I think.
Or,
Oh, wait, no, I think he just deleted. Yeah, 'cause he can't
or
delete
did
one.
or did they just remove like Lipard from the game? Like, I'm not actually sure what
They
happened with
removed
that.
assist from the game. They removed assist from the game. So
Yeah.
Oh, but we're in that deck, so
Yeah.
maybe
It's even
does.
like Copycat, so
I think
I'm
assist
not
was
sure.
bad.
Copycat stops working when your opponent uses a move.
Either way.
oh,
Thoughts?
true. Hmm.
I'm gonna quickly just.
We were talking about this earlier. Like, Jester, do you remember the conversation we were having about like this team overall?
Yeah,
Go
a
through
little
some of
bit,
the
yeah.
thoughts that you generated after that conversation.
Yeah, it was mainly the fact that I think what I struggle with this team in particular, like longevity and like switching into defensive mons that have longevity, because really the only mon that has that longevity is Vile Plume, which, well,
Yeah, that's
is not the
Vile
best
Plume.
defensive mon. Yeah,
Yeah, the team doesn't have like the great. It has decently bulky mons, but they're not the bulkiest, and they also can't sustain. But also, its offensive end isn't, balls to the wall. I'm gonna kill you.
Also, the ground type. We look at the ground type and cry.
Okay, but this is not a team that doesn't have electric immunity. It has 2 electric
Yeah,
immunities,
electricity
which
fine.
is
But like, I
No,
think
it
we
means that
see
you
the
don't
ground
get
type. We
owned
see
by the
earthquake.
ground type.
oh, we see a ground type.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, this is true.
We see earthquake. We shoot a computer. We see fire moves. We also consider shooting the computer.
How do you think about it?
I don't think they're that bad.
It's not,
Like,
the fire
but
one's not as bad as the ground one. The ground one's awful.
Ground one's bad.
The fire one is relying on 2 water types
Yeah.
and a fire type, but that fire type is Salazzle, so
That
it
fire
honestly
type
might
can't
just
do it
die
with
to
the
2
water.
hits.
Yeah.
Salazzle
One of
probably
the
just
water
takes
types
2 hits from the
doesn't
fire
resist
move and dies
fire.
anyway.
And one of those water types doesn't resist fire.
Well, Ogerpon is stab terror,
Yeah,
so it will after terroring.
like it can be a terror option that threatens out fire type. Unless it's like Scovillain, I don't know.
And you can be a bitch, and you are.
What the hell?
What
This
the
is
fuck?
hating.
Priority's
incredible.
Didn't change his name neither.
Art disruption's incredible. Donphan gets encore, new thing every day.
No,
Yes.
I still like the White Ranger too much.
I like
a
the
couple
speed
days
tiers
ago.
on this
You
team
like
a lot.
who?
Speeders are good. Like the speeders are solid.
Next time
If we-
Jester annoys me, it's raps for that bum.
I do
Nothing in
think-
90 is a shame.
I do think the jump from 78 to 110 is a bit bad.
Oh, you're not looking at Masquerade?
Not
Take another look at Masquerade.
I'm covering those two up between them.
That's a quiver dance, man. What the
You
fuck?
don't see it. It's not.
Doesn't it
I'll match
objectively...
them off.
Moon,
You get,
Moon,
objectively
get
get
it.
webs. Objectively gets webs.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And speaking of objectively, this team kind of stinks of shit.
Yeah, this team is quite bad.
What the hell?
What the
I think this team is quite
hell?
bad. I think this team has some. The
I don't
ground
hate it that
weakness is
much.
nothing. Is so. It's
It's a shame.
yeah.
I don't think it's hyper crippling.
I think it might be. I think it might.
No,
be
and I think, like-
real.
I think it's a significant problem, but it's again. I think it's hurting Metagross's like terror options because it's wanting to terror out of specifically the ground weakness a lot in the current state.
Yeah, I know, like, I had... Well, basically, like, the 2 other TCs that I can for this, Salamence and Zarude, which would have helped in terms of that kind of ground
I
side
still like
without relying on
Metagross is
terror.
one of the better ones, and I think Iron Valiant Ogerpon Metagross is like the beginnings of a really strong like balance offensive like offensive leaning like bulky offense balance thing happening. Like especially when you go down to like the next thing being like Mega Blastoise, like it's shaping up for something, and then
But it's just like, it's like,
it kind of peters out from there.
Ends up
Well,
in front of.
yeah, we've got to go into the Jester tier eventually.
Yeah, we're gonna start looking at Salazzle.
But yeah, say
Salazzle is
Starfire
interesting,
Ends
but
up
yeah.
in front of like Bishop and clicks Headlong Rush. We just have to lose them on.
Yeah, and I've been there. I've learned my lesson. You need a non-grounded mon that is like good and reliable, and this team doesn't have a non-grounded mon. Period.
Yeah,
Well, it does.
I
It
do-
has Masquerade, right?
Yeah.
I do feel
Okay.
like compared to
Mhm.
like the other teams, and I mean in like first, besides from like say Moon's team, I do think this is slightly better than they
This is
are.
better than Moon's team, I think. Yeah, I think this is. I think this
Not
is
by
better
much.
than Moon's.
Yeah, not by much, but I don't think like. I think there is
It's
some
not
hyperbole
willing to
saying
call
that
it.
it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad for this draft.
I think it can. I think it can win by I think it can win, but it needs to like lean
I
offensive.
think it's better than mine, but I would not want to call it a 6.
Yeah, let's say
No,
I
I think
would not feel comfortable calling this any more than a 5.
I think it's
this is
middle of the
another
road. I'll accept that it's middle of the road.
But again, like I think looking at some potential transactions, I think there's a lot to work with here. I mean, any
Five
team with
transactions-
Iron Valiant, Stab Terror,
transactions,
Waterpon, and
literally everything we've said across these 3 streams could be completely useless in like 2 days.
yeah, exactly. I think once everyone plays their round 1 matches and realizes how right we were
About literally everything, always.
about everything every single time,
No, exactly.
then all these
No,
streams will
literally
be useless, and people will be like, "See, I won with my team, and you called it like an F tier team." When you
This is
realize
what
that
I
the teams
did.
had
This
like
is my
so much
strategy.
work done.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The team went in for every kind of surgery known to man.
They got a new heart.
It's like a 3-month holiday in Turkey, man.
Yeah.
Look like Joan Rivers.
They took yeah it's like a Simon Cowell. Like you look at Simon Cowell, that's a new guy. Not
Not the same human being.
Not
Even
a human
human.
being, some might say.
Simon Cowell.
Homunculus,
than
many are
plastic.
That guy
saying.
looks more kind of like a melted wax model of Simon Cowell these days.
Got a feel for the boy.
Alright. Let's give this a 5, and that'll round out our 12.
Yeah, why not? All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. So with that,
I like
I'll just quickly switch
Simon
over to the tier list. There we go.
Oh boy, what the Swift has just sent a very interesting screenshot. What the fuck was happening in Ipswich?
The Bronzong got some momentum to it.
Yeah. So,
Jesus.
Yeah,
He got some
Bronzong,
motion.
They have actually a GIF as their
Ah.
photo, so that's why it's doing all that. It didn't do that in the slides because I didn't have it set up.
It's
Okay.
It's
So let's just
Jiffy.
probably just easy to do it in doing order. I am the
I
Kyber
appreciate
outfit's on,
ignoring
Kieran
that
is
one.
on.
That one was bad.
It's back on.
That was pretty bad. I would workshop that.
That was a low
Alright,
point.
Boston Snivies was our worst one, I think. So D-turn.
Ooh, I didn't
Monster
realize the
truck.
Bronzong was a GIF. Hang on, that's going up
Monster
the tier.
Trunk redeemed costume pick. Kaiba, please.
That guy's a
literally made
freak.
this
What the
joke
hell?
earlier.
I might have not been here. I might have been in the
Shroom was the
toilet.
highest at like
Yeah,
9.5.
Shroom's the best. I think we'll make the best tier again.
The note I have for the Shroom
Can
one
you
is
wear
get
half
rid
of
of
the
the fucking
Kaiba outfit?
basculin
I
dick.
want
Can't
you to
wear
have
half
the
of the Kyber outfit.
Can you put just the jacket on?
I mean, I basically just had the jacket on.
Thank you. That makes me happy.
Where's that fucking casually, huh?
Let's wear it on the house.
Let's surround the play. Yeah, I feel cool.
Yeah, don't worry,
Makes
Moon.
you
The
feel
Legion of Stupid
rich.
Jacket is going to get a great addition by next week. You're gonna see me come into the weekly on Wednesday.
Just call it Terra Enamoris.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm making the row below, and I'm gonna call it Please Terra and Amorous.
Yeah.
And you can have.
Lovely.
We might move it above just to be.
Yeah, that's
There we
yeah.
go. Please Terra and
This is the
Amorous.
most pressing matter. I
Yeah.
still don't think it's better than that team, for the record, than the Shrooms team.
Bronzongs, which remind myself what the Bronzongs was. It was the Salomon Sizzle Thunderous one. What do we give that as a points tier? Like a 6, 7?
What was the name for the Bronzongs one?
Big body Bronzongs.
Big body.
Big Body Bronzong. Oh shit, I don't think I called them that. I think I called them something else.
Wild.
Big Pete. Hmm.
What?
Oh, Wild. If it's Wild, then I don't think they got that high, right? It was 4 out of 10 because it was like
You're
It
the
was
worst
just
stenographer.
no. I had
Why
had
do we
everyone
pay
down
you?
as a name, and then there was someone who didn't have a team name on the document. so I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
put
They
their
only
name.
put it in late and it hasn't been updated.
Okay, so if that's
Um,
them, then Wild was 4 out of 10, and like the main note was like 12-man draft needs more stopping power.
Heavy
Like,
Duty
it
Birds was a 7,
Hold on, let me.
if I
Oh
remember
shit.
correctly.
Yeah, 7 great pivoting, strong immediate impact, like Mons.
Yeah.
Um,
Straight Out of Palette was one of those ones that was also like a 9.
yeah, that was like upper end.
This is a 5. This
Yeah,
is a
you were
5.
5, Snipers 2, Diplins was a 3,
Yours was yours a 7 or an 8?
mine was an 8.
The Durham Agenda's really struggling in bronze, huh?
Yeah.
We sent
While we're
our,
all down here.
No,
Yeah.
we're downplaying. We're downplaying.
we sent our funniest
Underdog.
clowns into bronze.
They're here to fuck around and have fun. They're
What
just
was
having the time of their
Blaze
life.
Beak? What was the Garmana 10 team? Was it another 7?
Oh,
I
the
thought-
Blazer Beast. I didn't put a number, but I have the notes down. It was like strong Mons, but the speed tiers were
Yeah, I
awful.
think it's 7
Crap
This one was
special
quite good.
defense.
This one was quite
Yeah.
good.
It was quite good, but the speed tiers do let it down so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Wait. I think the speed tiers being so bad might make it top of B rather than bottom.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
A.
I think so.
Well, top of B? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
The Great Tusk one, this was an 8, so I think top of 8.
Yeah, this was an 8. Yeah. I
Yeah.
would put this one better than mine. personally.
Dripping
I would put that
Driplings
one at
is...
like bottom
I
of
think
bottom
it's
of
also a
to
D.
be honest with you.
Yeah, of course
No,
it
I
is.
think it has to be bottom of C.
No, because it's the.
No, bottom
No,
of C, we get the nice little... You know,
Oh wait, no. The Diplin should be bottom of C
Bottom
because the
go.
Snivy one was like the hell.
Yeah, the
yeah,
Diplin
sorry,
one.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Oh.
Dripping Diplins was the monographs.
And then
And
the
The
Slackings.
Slackings was like 6 out of 10, and it was like the fake Sun team.
It's below
I think that also goes in B. I also think, by the way, Dripping Diplin should probably also go in D. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I'll be
Because
honest with you, I think
they're bad.
the greatest one should probably be like bottom of S.
Yeah, I'll probably
yeah.
look better.
I'd say it's definitely
Sure.
better than the other A tiers.
It's an awful histogram, but whatever.
I mean, you could just drop someone into
Accept it.
C just to make it look better.
Done.
There you go.
Saving
yourself
your
up.
pocket.
I'm down with that.
So wait, which one's please? Where's the one for Please Terra and Amorous?
It's just hanging out at the top. It's just a warning.
As a statement.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
You could add another image. Add another image of Enamorous into it.
Yeah, you know what?
Put
We'll
an
add,
Amorous.
we'll add an image
Add
of
an Amorous looking sad.
the second best. Please, Terra and Amorous.
Make the enamorous tier like enamorous colored, like pink, for the brand.
Terra and Amorous. And I'll put another picture of him there.
Yeah.
Add another
Go on,
image.
put the picture of Enamorous without the snake. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen Enamorous
Can you
without
send me
the
it?
snake?
This is
Hold on, I
not
just posted it.
enamorous.
I do not
just
want to
posted
see
it in
an Amorous
chat,
without the
look.
snake, you fucking freak.
There's an Enamorous without the snake. That's Enamorous without the snake. Boom, boom, boom. She hasn't got the snake right now. We need to give her her beautiful snake. She doesn't have it.
I haven't got the image. Hold on, where's the image?
Her beautiful.
It's in
iconic-
general.
It's in general. I think
No,
you.
no, I meant.
Oh my. That is.
Sorry,
Like
Frost,
that.
dude. I
Opening
thought you
new,
meant
opening
me.
browser.
There it is.
Oh my.
What is Enamorous? She's the
What's
coup
that?
de crayon.
That's that fucking.
There we go.
You know when somebody points out all the necks in Persona 5?
Yeah. No, the foreheads, bruh. That's the Karen forehead type
Both
shit.
of them. Both of them.
Oh,
Both of those are correct.
Dude, that's what I used to look like in fucking high school before I my proportions
too?
fixed themselves.
Wait, why does wait? Which team was the Terry Nam team?
Karen, I saw you
Terry
the other day.
Enam
You
was
look
the
like
second
now.
best because Terry
You have
Enam is
clout.
the best team.
Like a giraffe.
Yeah.
Is it Enam
You have clout,
Aorus or
too. I don't know
Enam
how you do it.
Aris?
I don't
Same.
know.
I think it's
Enam-
Aurus.
Before I got my
Enam
snake.
Aurus. It's
It's like
Enam
Aurus.
Aurus.
Yeah, it's without the second O.
Yeah, it's just
Alright, hold on, we'll fix
I've got Inamora.
Yeah.
Because it's enamorous,
Yeah,
like amour, like the French word.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, like
Oh,
That's really
no.
no, because like enamorous.
Well, no, because it's like Americans, you know.
Shut up.
No, it's like Ecaf Enam. You wouldn't get it.
They're running out of U's.
It's like
Alright,
Ecaf Enam. You wouldn't get it.
right, lead
Wait.
content done.
Woohoo!
Let's
I'm not gonna
go.
recap.
Drop it.
I'm not gonna
Alright.
recap for you now.
Yeah, I'll see you all at the end of the year.
Yeah, see you in 2026, guys.
Alright, forward this
Yep.
to bronze.
That was
Let the
efficient.
people
We're getting
know.
efficient at this. We're getting
And
efficient.
again, anyone looking at this point, remember, we've never been wrong.
Yeah,
We've
they're
always
also
been right.
only 12,
Yeah.
but
Especially me.
I'll
I'm
follow
above
it,
all
Bob.
of you. Even you people in gold, I'm in platinum. So, like, honestly, what's your problem? You're telling me platinum's not there. You just haven't hit there yet. We're all in a secret group chat making fun of you.
Alright,
That's
That's
right.
where me and Liam come from.
with that being done, that rounds it out. We'll see how correct we were, but we're usually always correct.
Usually,
Yeah, because the mono grass team definitely isn't 2-0 right now, right?
Well, that doesn't mean that the team is good. That just means everyone else is bad.
That means we have been getting outplayed and outmaneuvered.
That means
Yeah.
Ivy Cudgel has done collectively like 800% across those two games.
Hmm.
Big damage.
yeah, it's gonna be a real sad day when someone remembers they can bring a steel type.
Yeah, it's all
Should we-
over
should
there.
we- should we-
And actually use this stuff as well.
Anything else to say?
I hope everyone has fun. I hope the people who have
'cause
joined
a lot
this
of
draft
people-
league.
I think a lot of people with bronze are like, this is their first draft. Like I know Snellpies is, and
Hmm.
I think there'll be a few. If you skipped all the way to the end and you want to hear me yap about it, I hope you learn a lot
Why
from this
did
draft.
you do that?
I'm not gonna pretend like I'm the goat.
The
I'm
Aurus.
not.
I will. Boom's the goat.
Brandon
Boom's
is.
the goat.
He's yet to he's lost one. He gets the title.
If you beat Crossed Moon in a draft league, you become the greatest player of all time.
Hey, he lost the Pokesock one. Streets are saying.
That player
Wait, have you
is
ever
the
won
greatest
an honest
player.
game in your
Under
life?
what we call
Word on the
suspicious
street.
circumstances.
Wait, there's a
I,
reason.
I hear money changed hands.
We might have paid some mons off that game. If you ever played the fucking New Star Soccer
Truthfully
game, the
speaking,
shady
it
man
was
offers
my
you a
fault
deal.
for ever expecting a Zen headbutt to land.
It
We've been
is.
through this, Brandon.
This is
We've
why you
been
should run
through it.
Psycho Cut. I'm just saying. I called it.
Mm.
It's more like
It's
to
fair
crit
point.
Psycho
It
Cut,
did
but it is to
actually
hit
make
the
a
headbutt.
difference for a cow.
I mean,
but you know,
I've learned that Psycho Cut was actually never likely to crit at all. You just can't do it.
Same with Night Slash today.
Yeah, it was Night Slash. I hit like 4 Night Slashes. The 5th one crit. 50-50 chance, allegedly.
We
I
got
don't know.
there. We got there in the end.
Maybe
We
the
got there in
real,
the end.
maybe the real Pokemon is the friends we
The
made.
hacks it was the hacks we had along the way.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, that should be it from us.
Yeah,
Call it
it's
here.
pretty good.
All right, now make the opposite sound of cracking open a can.
Yeah.
Chunk.
Oh,
What
crack
happened?
the can.
That'll do. Alright, cool.
Smash the
all
can
these
against your
VODs,
head.
VODs for Silver aren't up yet to YouTube. You can still watch them on Twitch. The VODs for this will be up tomorrow. And that one. I just forgot, maybe.
He's out to
Sorry.
get us.
I
I
think
just
we'll
hate
be
everyone who
alright.
watches my content. It's true. Anyway, goodbye.
Hey, that's it. See you.
Good night.
Good night.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.